Oh, where am I? Oh, right. The VR stream. Whoops. Hold on, I'm here. Model. Is this the one? I exist. Hello, hello. Happy Friday. We are back at it again with some house in Fata Morgana. Hopefully, like, my settings aren't, like, super bonked. Because, I kind of only just got to, like, messing around with my OBS, like, no less than 5 minutes ago. Because I, like, got back 10 minutes ago. But yeah, good to see you. Good to see you, Jeremy. Thank you for stopping by. Archaeolus, thank you for stopping by. Jeremy, hope you have a good lunch. I know that's what, white-haired girl is probably going through it. She's been imprisoned in a cage. Are we finally going to see the first-hand experience of isolation? Yes. She is going to be stuck in this house. And that, what was it, Jacopo? That fucker is going to, like, come by and be, like, quite rough with her. But it's all Maria's fault. Fuck Maria, probably. And also, hopefully, audio's okay, too. I did change some things that way as well. Maybe it's, like, a little better today. But we'll see, we'll see. Anyways, let's load into Caught in a Quagmire. VR sure has come a long way since being able to experience this isolation in an old visual novel game. Wah! Beam that house of Fata Morgana into both of my eyes. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started. Yeah, hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, we're like, how many hours late? 7:30 to 9, hour and a half? Kind of rough. The curtains, they really weren't that difficult, but it just took a while to like figure out how they wanted the curtains up in the house. So I was like, oh, okay. Anyways. How did things end up this way? Why? All I wanted was to go back to the way things used to be. For us to be able to smile around each other. Get isolated, get isolated. It had been several days since Jacopo had locked her in the shed, and her day-to-day life was only growing more arduous. She was under constant surveillance. The door was only unlocked to deliver her meals 3 times a day. Man, that ain't no way to live. And despite what an unfortunate situation their employer's wife found herself in, the maids chattered and gossiped and giggled freely. Not even in the shadows, out of her presence, the tactless young maidservants whispered directly to the white-haired girl when they brought her meals. "Look at you, madam, caged away like cattle." I could almost hear the sound of cracks forming in her heart. I imagined she had gotten to the point where she was having difficulty merely holding herself together. She had done nothing wrong, and yet she was forced to live this life of insults and mockery. Of ridicule. You know, like, the first 2 doors, I could maybe say, like, oh, the white-haired girl maybe is not faultless, but, like, at fault of inaction here. But genuinely here, I have no idea. Like, it really feels like she is being served, like, the short end of the stick here. Because, like, Mel... I mean, even with the Mel thing, it wasn't, like, really her fault. I guess I just have a problem with the way she was interacting with, like, Bestia. Because, like, she was, like, super enabling Bestia. But, like, more so here than Mel. Like, she is just going through it. Yeah, the girl created a fantasy of her own mind, believing everything was perfect, but chose to ignore the reality of who she loved, yeah. She had them rose-tinted glasses on. Everything looked red, but because everything looked red, everything looked fine? I don't know. I don't know how that works. She did not see the red flags. The only reason her tenuously held together spirit did not completely shatter was because she still had her one and only ally. And don't tell me it's Maria, man. That snake in the grass. The maid Maria volunteered to attend to the white-haired girl. Maria took over the duty of delivering her 3 meals, meaning the other maids stopped coming by. And that relieved the white-haired girl's mental and emotional stress considerably. Maria became her sole conversation partner, her sole companion. she'd not leave as soon as meals were finished, instead remaining in the shed with the white-haired girl for some time. What is her play, man? So, madam, how about a funny story? I flubbed up pretty hard the other day. You want to hear about that? So, a couple days back, I didn't get enough sleep the previous night, right? I'm helping out in the kitchen, half awake, plating up some food. And when I go to bring it out to the guests, my heart about leaps out of my mouth. Guess why? What I thought was a plate was actually an ashtray. Man, I was sweating like a pig. The guests didn't seem to notice, but the other maids were pale as ghosts the entire time. Just about everyone had themselves a case of the vapors. I got quite the tongue lashing at cleanup. Pretty funny, huh? Oh, did you? Sounds like it was a pretty bad day. Yeah. Hey, madam? I know there's not much point in telling you to cheer up right now. But I'm sure he won't be keeping you locked up forever. He's just a bit crabby for now. It'll be alright. Although, I guess this is a bit drastic for a temper tantrum. Yeah. We would have left, like, move one. Maria's built different. In, like, the worst way. She's a victim, bro. I'm sorry, madam. If only I'd pushed him a bit harder. If only I had a little more influence, he might not be in this situation. I thought I could be of some help, but I guess I'm not doing a great job of that. Of course not, Maria. You absolutely are. Just your being here takes a great weight off my shoulders. She is the weight on your shoulders. Get it. Lock in Maria. Or lock in white-haired girl. See her for what she is. Still, though, I feel so worthless. Because I'm just a maid and I can't set you free. Yeah, every other lover of the white girl, the white-haired girl wanted to monopolize her, yeah. Well, I don't know if monopolize is the right word, but definitely, use. Because Mel used, Maria as almost a, like, atonement for being, like, rich. And he used it to, like, look away from any sort of, like, responsibility he might have had as someone, like, upper class. And then Bestia was using her as an anchor. And then Jacopo was just like... Maria? Oh, I said Maria. Whoops. For some reason, I call her Maria. She gives me, like, Maria vibes, which is weird. But, like, not this Maria, because this Maria sucks. Still, though, I feel so worthless. Because I'm just a maid, I can't set you free. It's okay. I'm used to being imprisoned. What? What do you mean you're used to it? You never locked your door before. You're right. I'm not sure why, but I feel as though I've been in a similar predicament before, lacking freedom and contact with others for a long stretch of time. I'm sure it's simply the exhaustion getting to you, madam. Also forgot to mention it's a streamer mode. Oh, I believe I'm in streamer mode. But thank you for reminding me. It is just like a issue of Fata Morgana. Because it doesn't capture right. So I just kind of have to live with the fact that we can see like my friends pop up on the top right. I could like move that to the bottom right, but it's okay. It's not like I have anyone to hide up there. No one should ever be used to living like this. Yes, I agree. And I pray things go back to the way they were soon. Were they ever? Has getting mad at him ever never crossed your mind? Getting mad? Yeah, you know, when he yells, you yell back. Let him know he's in the wrong. Never considered doing that? I guess you're not one to get angry, madam. Which would mean you're a better fit for the Holy Mother than me. Oh no. I do sometimes. want to get angry. To tell you the truth, it's almost always going through my mind how, if I did raise my voice, perhaps he would listen to what I have to say. But when I'm standing there in front of him, and he starts shouting at me, I freeze up and end up not saying a word. I'm just such a pitiful woman. Everything about me. When I need to speak up most, to stand up for myself, I cannot. Oh, don't look so down. That's not a bad thing. It's just you got a little bit of a pickle. You're in a little bit of a pickle right now. But I'll clear everything up with them, you hear me? In my mind, your modesty is a virtue. And the more I think about it, I can't even imagine you screaming. I like you better the way you are, reserved and ladylike. You can leave all the yelling to me. I'll do whatever I can to help you, madam. Yeah, the long NTR. Were you able to clear up his confusion about the night when we were dancing? Oh, about that. Sorry, he just wouldn't hear it. I see. I mean, she's not even talking to the guy, I think, in any manner that, like, relates to the white-haired girl, like. But I'm not throwing in the towel. I'll keep trying, as long as it takes. So, say, Maria, could I perhaps ask another favor? Huh? Yeah, sure, let me have it. I would like to write him a letter. A letter? Someone who lives in the same house? Yes. As things stand, I cannot simply go visit him on a whim. And I feel as though I could calmly express on paper things I'm unable to say to him face to face. This is opening up the potential for her words to get misconstrued. If she writes that letter, hands it off to Maria, and then Maria, like, adjusts the letter to say some, like, fucked up shit. Snake. Snake type behavior. I suspect I might have more luck that way. I also believe he would be more likely to maintain his composure reading my thoughts in a letter than hearing them from my mouth. With it, I can clear up all the confusion, and things can go back to the way they were. A letter, huh? Interesting. I'll write the letter, which I would like you to deliver to him. May I ask that of you? Absolutely, no problem. Thank you, Maria. You're the only person I can count on, and I mean that. What did she do to deserve this, man?
Why? How did this happen? Why would she betray me? I wanted to give her a decently happy life. Didn't want to get violent with her. Yet, when I saw her face, when I heard what she had to say, I couldn't restrain myself. I guess what it comes down to is that, no matter how you dress it up, I'm still a Berzati. There was never any way for this bloodline to give that girl happiness. God damn it. Why am I fretting over this nonsense? And I'm supposed to be the future head? Huh.
Ah, the thumbnail, but in black and white.
An illusion. But they're dancing. They really are. And they look like they're having a wonderful time. Are you sure it's an illusion and not something else? To me, it does not seem. I cannot see it as anything but two tiny people dancing.
That's how it works. Reach out your hand and try to grab them. You won't be able to.
You're right. That's a shame.
Didn't think you actually would.
But it's the most precious thing. They look as though they're dancing atop my palm.
It's almost frightening how much innocence rests within those hands. It's as if they've been completely cut off from all the world's filth. My hands, however, are soaked in blood. I fear that bringing her into my world may taint her.
Oh, So that's his end goal. Kind of fucked up way to deal with that, though.
Am I capable of protecting this woman's purity? Yet as I watched her so joyously playing, I felt as though I had gotten close to her. I was the one being a child that day.
Jacopo, it's me, Maria. Is it alright if I come in?
Maria, it's fine. Come in.
Alrighty. Calling me surprised. I didn't think you'd let me in.
Have I ever denied you access to my room?
No, but you've been looking pretty glum lately.
Never exactly been a cheery man.
True enough. I know you told me before not to talk to your wife, but I'm gonna stick my nose where it doesn't belong today. There's been a lot of chatter among the maids lately about you getting rough with her. I mean, you've got the poor thing locked up in a shed outside. You're not leaving the best impression on anyone.
You here to box my ears?
I don't know, 50-50? The other half is, I'm concerned about you.
Alright, what's she gonna do?
I know you're not the kind of man to threaten someone without a good reason. You're not.
She seems like agreeable. Have I been like casting like shade on her this entire time and like she don't deserve it?
I thought you were friends with her.
I am. And it hurts seeing her in so much pain.
Why has that not changed the way you act around me? I would think you'd be scorning me with the rest of the maids.
Oh, I see how it is. You don't trust me. And we've known each other for so long. This isn't a question of whose side I'm on. You're in pain too. I can see that. You've always bottled things up, kept them hidden. You're too proud to rely on others. But you should probably vent to someone before it reaches the point where you no longer can. Say, Jacopo, do you remember that promise you made a while back?
How far back?
Back when you were still shorter than me. You were 14 and I was 12.
Jacopo had that late growth spurt. Or no, I guess women have always girls have always grown up like way faster, right? That's like a thing.
I had to leave town and you came to see me off. Quite frankly, I didn't think you'd come. I was surprised even if I didn't show it.
The childhood friend flashback.
It can't be NTR if Maria is the one who was trying to get Jacopo. Although it is NTR because they did get married. Who knows?
Jacopo? Where's your dad? Or are you alone here?
He didn't even tell me. There's no reason you have to leave on your own. My old man says that Campanellas have more power.
Campanella? Campanella mention?
You should be the one leaving.
It's not that simple. Grown-ups have a lot to consider. So don't give me that look, Jacopo. We were kids, but we both kind of started to catch on. To the situation with our families, and to the bonds that land held on us. Although we didn't know any of the details at the time. My grandpa owed all the land the city was built on, but he was a very conservative man. He didn't try to spread his influence, instead opting to fortify what he already had. I don't know exactly when it first started, but organizations were used to administrate cities. And when we were kids, my dad was the capofamiglia and my grandpa's concierge.
Wait, is this Maria POV? Or is this Jacopo? This has got to be Jacopo, right? Because capofamiglia? Maria is not that. But he? So maybe it is Maria? Are they related? No. I mean, capofamiglia is like the crime family, so like they don't have to be blood related. They might have just came from like the same island or whatever.
But just because he was an advisor didn't mean he was powerless. While my dad made the decisions, my grandpa was the only one allowed to fight him on them. Your father was a Capodicina. That served under my dad. He wasn't especially happy about that. But parents quarreling doesn't affect their children. Or at least, that's what I thought at the time. And what you probably thought too. But there was still a chance we could be caught in the crossfire, so my dad decided to send me and my mom away. Off the island to the north, where some more prosperous areas. He thought that by sending us there, we could live our lives clean, regardless of where we came from. There's no change in what's in your blood, though. You could have told me, or you could have told me too. Or were you planning on leaving without saying anything? No, it's just all decided so quickly. Why do you sound so accepting? Adults have a lot to consider. You bet they do. But you could at least let them know you're opposed to it, Maria. But no, your tail went straight between your legs as soon as you were told. You just gave up and accepted it straight away. I thought you were better than that. You think I don't know that? But I'll just be in my dad's way if I stay. I'm a kid. A girl. I wouldn't be of any help if something happened. And I don't want to need someone to protect me. I've never once thought of you as a girl. Hey, now that's mean. Oh, jeez. Thanks, Jacopo. Now you got me all mushy, too. If anyone should be sad here, it's me. I'm not sad. Oh, really? You sure you're not actually torn that I won't be around anymore? You're a huge crybaby after all, Jacopino.
Jacopino?
Hey, when have I ever cried? And don't call me that. Made you mad. Short fuses ever, I see. You gotta learn to keep your head. You're a man, and the heir to the Barazati family. Huh. Don't you lecture me. So pig-headed. You could at least listen to me this once before I'm gone.
And they must have met up again after they left the Mediterranean out in the Americas? Because it sounds like stuff was happening there, and then eventually they got sent over to America.
Hey, Maria. Got a little time to spare? Yeah, sure, but not much. The carriage is gonna be here soon. You have enough for a trip to the hill and back? Yeah, I should have time for that. Because our families weren't really able to get along with the other kids in the city, we played a lot on the top of that hill. It became kind of like our little secret lair. There was an abandoned house up there. I guess an old farmhouse or something. Kids love that sort of thing, you know?
I'm back scrumptiously. Welcome back. Hope you had a good lunch. I myself had some Wendy's for dinner. Been kind of doing a lot of fast food lately, unfortunately, but I've been kind of like in and out of the house a lot, so we gotta lock in and start eating home-cooked meals again.
We called it Casa Nostra, our home, and we pretended it was actually ours. We drew circles on the walls in chalk and used it for a target practice. We brought up a bale of straw and used it to make makeshift beds. When either of us got into fights with our parents, we'd stay the night here instead of home. In retrospect, I'm sure they knew where we were going, just let us do our thing. Oh yeah, there was this one time we were playing and a huge storm rolled in and trapped us up there. The wind wasn't just howling, it was screaming bloody murder. It was blowing so hard I thought the house might fly away. As I recall, you were crying that night.
Oh, that sounded like a dog bark. Oh. Wait, did they have a dog named Nero? Speaking of that, I almost named the cat Nero. I don't know if I talked about it too much on my like streams, but we got a cat. The cat has us. Eventually, we did settle on a name. We ended up going with I don't know how to pronounce it exactly because I speak like zero lick of Vietnamese, but we pronounce it, I think it's Mung, like Mung. Apparently, that's like That means like black. So I guess they decided to call the cat that. Just hanging around now. Yeah, like kind of like that. I think it's like no G though, but like there is something with the N that makes it sound like a G. I don't know how like the language works, but like moon. I gotta learn Vietnamese one day. But yeah, before that, we were thinking about calling him Nero, and then I saw what like was attached to Nero as like the Emperor of Rome and like what he was about, and I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to call Cat that.
Hey Nero, you're here to see me off too? There you go, wagging your tail with that dumb look on your face. You have no idea what's going on, do you? It wasn't just the two of us who had made Casa Nostra our home base, though. There was one more, a stray black dog. I'm pretty sure it didn't have actually black fur, though.
Oh, talk about... Funny that the dog is also black, too. Though, and it was just... I'm pretty sure it didn't have actually black fur, though. And it was just really, really dirty. Would have been a good name for the trouble the cat might cause. Yeah, maybe.
Of course he doesn't. He's a stupid animal.
Oh, Jacopo? Jacopo treats animals poorly? Who would have thought? I mean, I say that kind of stuff to my dog. Isn't that right, Future? You little dumbass? He's sleeping. I can say these things because he doesn't understand it. As long as you say it in an affectionate tone, it is a-okay.
Oh, don't talk about him like that. He's one of us. What are you planning to do about Nero? Just leave him behind? Nothing else I can do. Can't bring a dog in the carriage. Besides, you're here, so it's fine. You'll take care of Nero, alright?
Toxic relation. Yeah, it's okay. He loves it. Isn't that right, Future? He's sleeping like right next to my swivel chair wheel. Like the worst place. So I'm just like locked here until like the end of time, or I have to roll over him. And we shan't roll over him.
He doesn't like me. You're the only one who can take care of him. Maybe so, but I'm not coming back. He'll starve to death without if you don't figure something out. He's a puny runt. I doubt he could fight for scraps. Come on, do it for me. You said you won't be coming back. Did you mean that? Are you absolutely never returning to this town? There's no telling what may or may not happen, so it's best not to get your hopes up. Better that than the pain of getting let down. Well, I've turned into quite the cynic, huh? Maybe if I'd been born into a more normal family, I'd be in my room with a pile of dolls right now. My head in the clouds. Can't imagine you doing that. Nor do I think that's normal. Well said. Hey, stop that, Nero. Quit licking me. That tickles. And you reek. Maria? What is it? Come back. I don't care if you don't know when it'll be. Just don't say you'll never return. No one knows how things are going to end up. Maybe my old man will gain more power, or maybe yours will. If things continue as they are, it'll be your old man. Then down the line, I'll work in service of the Campanella family. That's just fine by me. But even if that's not the future that lies ahead, I promise I'll make a place for you. So Maria. Question. Do you have a crush on me? What? Kidding, I'm just kidding. No need for a conniption fit. I was just playing around. Here I am trying to have a serious conversation and then you... Listen to me. I don't have any of those. And you know, those feelings... I don't... You know, those kinds of feelings for you. I consider you a lifelong friend. My one and only friend. That's why I came to see you off. That's why I'm telling you this now. Whether you're a girl or a boy is irrelevant. Friendship lasts much longer than something so fanciful as romance. Am I wrong?
The NTR down memory lane. Man, I don't know. Is this the ships have sailed, or is this like the ships have been like shattered and cast to sea?
Don't laugh, damn it. It's humiliating. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing because I agree entirely. Yeah, we've always been on the same page, Jacopo. Maybe we did fight a lot, but there wasn't one we didn't get through. No one else understood just how lonely it was, wearing a mask for all the other kids, trying to fit into their happy little circle. We couldn't afford to be found out after all. Neither of us had any real allies. Except for each other, of course. Nope. I'm glad I got the chance to play with you. If you hadn't been there, I probably wouldn't have bothered caring for Nero either. It was too funny watching him chase you around. You're a sick girl, Maria. So hey, Jacopo, this place will still be Casa Nostra even after I leave, right? You won't do anything to it, will you? Of course not. This is our home. That was always the plan. Right. Thanks. Though, you know, you being all nice is kind of creepy, Jacopo. It's not going to start snowing, is it? How rude. Well, if you're going to be like that, I'm not sure I want to give it to you. Huh? Give what? A present? You should have said so sooner. Gimme. You don't have a shred attack, do you? What's the matter? Come on, what'd you bring? Let me have it, soldier.
It's funny to me to think because they're still in like Italy and I have them talking like this. But like we've locked in like this voice since last stream, so I don't want to change it.
Oh, Maria. Consider this a temporary parting gift. You've been wanting one of these for a little while. Oh, is that a cartridge? From a Colt Navy? No way, did you swap it? I'll probably catch hell for it too. Wow, this is amazing. I was wanting to get my hands on the real thing. This is from one hanging up in your house, isn't it? The one your dad was bragging about? They start selling them this year, and it's ridiculously hard to get your hands on one, so I hear.
Colt Navy. Oh, it is a gun. Okay. Cartridge. Like a bullet cartridge?
Man, guns of the New World are something else, alright. Just imagine the moment the hammer comes crashing down on the back of this, sends chills down my spine.
Oh, so it's like one of those clips. Actual clips. Not a magazine. Or no, I guess it could be just I don't know.
Are you sure you're a girl going crazy over a bullet cartridge? What's the big deal? I like what I like. You'll get in trouble if you don't put this back though, don't you? Don't worry. I'll return it when you return. And I won't tell anyone I gave it to you. Okay. Well, I guess I'll take you up on that then. Thanks, Jacopo. It'll be my treasure. This goes without saying, but don't you lose it. I'm giving it to you as a symbol of our friendship. No matter how far apart we may be, or how much time may pass, or how things play out with our families, we'll always be friends. The cartridge symbolizes that promise. It's a promise, Jacopo. Our families may outwardly hate each other, but I'll always be a friend. Always be on your side. Don't you ever go back on those words. I swear upon this glorious cartridge, this historic land, and the names of my ancestors, I shall not make myself a liar. I trust you, Maria. We'll meet again. It may be many years from now, but that won't change a thing. Our friendship will never fade.
Is Maria that bad? Is all it takes one cool childhood story for me to like come around to someone? No, she's still a snake, right? We still think she might be a snake? I don't know. Who knows? I want to believe her, but we'll see.
God, you were adorable back then. And short to boot. But now you've hardened so much. I was flabbergasted when I saw you next. Dressed all fancy from head to toe. You become quite the smug little bastard, I thought. You sure weren't that little kid anymore.
You have quite the memory.
Well, yeah, I don't forget my promises. And I'd never forget I'd said I'd always be on your side. The question is, did you remember?
I did. I remember every word you said that day. And as I said, I left Casa Nostra as it was. Though it's quite some distance away now. I imagine if we went back and did all the work on it, we could have it looking just like the old times.
And Nero?
About a year after you left, he suddenly disappeared. And just for the record, I did take care of him, as he told me to. I'm guessing he got into a fight with another stray or something. I searched, but could never find him.
Oh well. It has been more than a decade. Not everything's gonna be exactly the same.
You, however, haven't changed a bit from the girl you were all those years ago.
Neither of you. Sure, you seem different on the outside, but at your core I believe you haven't changed at all. Still the same old Jacobino.
Did you not call me that? I have changed quite a bit, unlike you, and I'm well aware of it.
Say, Jacopo, do you consider me supportive?
Of everything you could have said. Of course you are. You're constantly supporting me, past and present. You are proof of the existence of a kind of friendship that can transcend gender, blood, any such distinctions.
You know, it's honestly kind of bizarre seeing you without a stick up your ass.
Wow, harsh words.
Come on now, hear me out. You almost had me blushing there. Anyways, before you put that stick back up there, tell me something. Am I still your only ally?
A good question from Maria, because it would be really sad for him to say that his wife is not his ally. Ooh. Emotional damage.
You are.
Of everyone in the mansion, I'm the only one?
Yes. If she would, at least, have a little more.
The madam?
I didn't actually intend to treat her like that.
Believe me, Jacopo, I know. I mean, from a girl's perspective, what you did was pretty awful. But hey, I'm not a girl, according to you anyways. I will always be on your side, no matter what.
God, I feel as though I'm being consoled.
That's what I was going for.
Should have never opened up to you.
Now we're getting those like stuffy nose after talking a bit. I think it's like especially present when I'm trying to do this.
Hey, now's probably not the best time to bring this up, but I have a letter.
A letter?
Written by the madam. Here.
A letter from my wife. Let me see it.
Allergic to Fata Morgana. We would never be. What does the letter say?
What the hell am I reading?
I was considering keeping it a secret, but haven't seen it. I thought hiding it from you might only hurt you more, so...
Okay. Here's what I'm thinking. Is it because Maria thinks that Jacopo could do better? But is like not putting herself in that scenario for her own like ego? Is it that she does like him, but like because of what Jacopo said way back when, where he was like, we're always gonna be friends and nothing else? Is that why she's acting like this? Because I could totally see it.
I decided it was best to show you.
Who is this? Who is this letter for? It's as if... But I can't. I love you? Who's she riding to? I don't know this man.
Take a deep breath, Jacopo. Listen to me.
Maria, you fuck. I hate you. You suck. You're the worst.
The madam's having an affair.
Man! She don't deserve that. The tables have turned 720 over the past 15 minutes, right? I haven't... Oh, this could be Jacopo, like, reading. I haven't changed a bit.
You seriously believe that? Then I've got bad news for you, pal. Anyone who acts exactly the same as they did in the past is doing just that. Acting. Much like I do around you.
Oh, okay. Okay. That was just Maria being a fucking... Aw, man.
Our friendship will never change? What a fucking joke. You picked the wrong girl to put your trust in. And they called you astute. Can you taste the fucking irony? Well, that just makes things easier for me. But my God, it's suffocating to play the good girl. That stupidly cheerful little ray of sunshine Maria.
Yeah, theatrical villain-ass theme. The way she's, like, hitting her, like... She's giving me, like, big, like, evil Ojo-sama, like, vibes. Is that weird?
Huh. Sickening. On the other hand, the payoff is fantastic. I can't stop. God, watching him lose his cool was incredible. My sides hurt just thinking about it.
Yeah, we saw her fucking around like this mile away.
You're telling me she wrote this?
Who else could have written it? It's in her handwriting.
Why? Why must she continue to betray me? Is she not taking enough already? What else could she possibly want from me? I told her to stay away from my gatherings. I had the rose garden torn down. Yet still, she finds other men. I warned her. Told her it wouldn't happen again. That if she betrayed me one more time, I'd kill her.
Jacopo.
Out of my way, Maria. I have to talk to her. Ask her what this letter's about, who this man is. And depending on how she answers.
Hold it, Jacopo. Calm down.
Silence. How am I supposed to stay calm right now?
Listen to me. Relax. You try talking to her right now and you aren't going to get anywhere. You're aware of just how frenzied you are, ain't you? Besides, you think she's going to tell you the truth even if you do manage to ask? Of course not. She may look all prim and proper, but that's not the real her. I don't think she's a bad person, but...
Not a bad person. The woman who wrote this letter to another man, she crossed the line, you hear me?
I agree with you there. She's gone too far with this letter.
Has he ever seen her writing before? Maybe not, because, like, why would she have to write to him?
But remember, she's your wife, and the daughter of a noble. You know exactly what will happen if you lose control of yourself and do something to her. It's not going to look good for you.
She may be nobility, but I have the Koska. We have our own way of taking care of these things, taking care of these kinds of problems.
Still, it's plain as day it'll make a bigger mess. No one else knows about this yet.
You telling me to act like nothing's happening when she so blatantly disrespects me?
Jacopo, could you let me take care of it? I'm friends with the madam, you know that. She'll listen to me, so I'll make sure to get through to her. Just how much you care about her.
Couldn't ask you. It'd be disgraceful.
That's nothing to be ashamed of. What did I tell you? I'm on your side, and you're on mine. We're in this together. You can ask me things you wouldn't ask others to do.
Why is she like this? This is feeling like she hates him. And is using the white-haired girl to get to him. Like, why though? What is her problem, man? Is she also a sociopath like Bestia was? She gets off of like drama farming? You know, it wouldn't be the first person.
I have tight lips. Anything you ask, I'll keep absolutely under wraps.
Damn it. You're right. Yes, you're right. I'm well aware that I'll always lose myself in her presence. If I try talking to her now, I probably will do something rash, yes. I'll
make sure everything works out, got it? You and the madam can go back to the way things used to be, so you don't have to suffer anymore.
Yeah, tight lips, X for doubt, yeah. I mean, I feel like there's a reason why the other mates don't like her too. And it's because she's like this.
I'll take care of it. I'm the only one who understands your pain. And I'm the only one who can help you out of it.
Maria.
Oh, don't make that face, Jacopino.
Nah. Thank you, Maria. Please, let her know that even if she is seeing other men, and even if she does silently mock me for not being a noble blood, that I still love her.
That is... wow. Wow. Hearing him say that reframes the entire door. Everything we've read up to this point. God, Maria's just the worst. I mean, like, Jacopo's still bad for going to these lengths, but like, I feel like there is at least justification now. Like, I mean, at least it's not coming from a place of like hatred. This is why we don't communicate with letters. Yeah, like, damn, that's tough.
I don't want to raise my hand against her.
You love her? That's a riot. You're too busy chasing your stacks of paper. You don't have what it takes to truly love a woman. I will say though, I was surprised you lost your head that badly. Quite the little crush you got on her. You could just sit down and talk to her like a rational human being, and presto, all your problems will be solved. But you can't even manage that, which is why you're in this predicament. Once you're convinced of some Jacopo, you never let it go. And she's too timid to speak up for herself. Sorry, madam. I got nothing against you. I just didn't expect things to go quite this well. There's no stopping now, not when I've got this much momentum. Also, watching a pretty girl like you break down gives me goosebumps. You're still convinced I'm the only person you can trust. How did he react to the letter? Well, yeah, about that. Would he not take it? Oh no, he took it, just, don't feel bad about this, madam. He said he's too busy with work, and tossed the letter aside. I told him to make sure he writes you a reply, but he hasn't gone around to it at all. I see. That's a shame.
Why does this feel like the plot of some like fucked up Disney villain? You know, like those like late 2000s like Disney TV shows. Like she is giving off like that like really fucked up high school kid who's just like playing like telephone in the worst way.
That's a shame. It kills me to see you like this, madam. I don't get why he has to be so heartless. Not even taking a little bit of time out of his day to read the letters he poured his soul into writing. It's unacceptable. I'm sure he really is busy. He did not throw it away though, did he? I imagine he means to read it when he has more time. Madam, after everything he's done to you, you still think he means well? I have faith. My timing was poor, that's all. I believe in him. I believe the day will come when he gives me his attention again, as he did before. Madam!
Yeah, the NTR is real. Is it NTR though? Because that would imply there's like something else going on top of the like no one is being cheated on. It's just the world's biggest miscommunication like mashup. Fuck Maria.
So, could I ask you to believe with me, Maria? To have faith that he'll once more show his love, and that mine will reach him. Something tells me that it'll all work out if you pray for it.
I'm gonna call it NTR regardless.
Yeah, okay. If you're fine with me praying, I'll pray. I'll get down on my knees for you, madam. All faith. Thank you. I would like to write another letter. When it's complete, could I ask you to deliver it to him? I'll give him as many as you want. As many as it takes for you to get through to him.
No, you stay away from this girl.
You really ought to learn not to be so trusting, madam. Take a real close look, and you'll see exactly who it was that ground your happy little life into dust. Thank you, Maria. I'm the reincarnation of the Mother of God? Oh God, I can't hold back the laughter. This is a stage of my own creation. We didn't have enough actors, so the playwright had to take on the role herself. But that only adds to the excitement. Yes, this is all my masterpiece. You're just ignorant puppets dancing my tune. From the first shot to the last, blind to whose finger's sitting on the trigger.
Psychoanalyze time. People do things like this when they don't have control in their own lives, right? Try to like grab hold of what little like situations they can and manipulate them to like the best of their abilities. Like what if like reaching into when she had to move with her mom up north and then eventually ended up in America? What if like so much of like her childhood and up to like this point was so out of her hands? The fact that she was given the opportunity to create the scenario to like actually manipulate and control the situation like she is now is what gives her joy. Because she's never had that freedom to choose. Thinking.
Listen to me, Jacopo. And try to keep your head. I saw the madam.
Yeah, based on how she's a maid, she lost all her status and power plus money that she had as a child. Yeah, so already just on that alone, like, we know that any status that her family held was, like, gone. But how about the rest, you know? Because, like, I feel like you can come back from something like that and still not be an asshole. I hope. But, like, yeah.
Meeting with another man behind your back. You know the arch in the rose garden? The far side out of sight from the mansion, making it the perfect place to hide. I saw her back there. From the looks of it, the madam is having her meetings with one of the men who comes to your business gatherings. And they don't act like they're just friends. But just to be clear, I don't have any solid proof. So it'd be best if you didn't mention this to her yet. You wouldn't want to start throwing around accusations only to find out too late it was all a big misunderstanding. I'll get to the bottom of it, so you...
Oh, and we're just going letter after letter at this point. That's so fucked up.
I think the madam might have her eyes on several men. Being a woman, you know, I can tell these things. She's giving these suggestive looks, but to whom I can't pinpoint. A lot of people come in and out of this house after all. What? You want to keep her from leaving her room? Might be for the best. With so much going so well, it makes me think even God's on my side. They could just talk it over with one another, but they won't. They're in deeper and deeper shit for it. You're the only one I can trust, Maria. And the timing that night, my God, it was perfect.
I think she was like this from the beginning based on how she behaved with Jacopo as a youth. She might have isolated him from others. Oh, another excellent read. I like that too. Just ever since she was a kid, she's always had Jacopo under her thumb. So, oh my gosh, that makes so much sense too, Archelaus. Because like, imagine having that memory, holding on to that all the way up until you end up seeing them again in America. After everything you've gone through, like that's the thing you default to. You default to the last way you treated someone. And like, if she always treated him as like someone she could control, it only makes so much sense that like she is both relieving her anger of the like situation that was put on her growing up, because like Jacopo ended up being like the one who came out on top, like their family, and also like she was always doing it. Yeah, so you're probably onto something there. I think you're right.
Hey, Jacopo. I could just be misreading her, but something seems off about the madam. Like, she's been on edge or something. I tried to egg her into revealing what's going on, and she let slip that she might be going out somewhere tonight. She's not going with you, is she? You were going out to survey a construction site today, right? Then I suggest you get that taken care of quickly.
Oh, okay. So it started even from here. This isn't a letter, this was just them talking.
A dance at this time of night? Yep, and since it's so late, no loud music. All you get is a little whistling courtesy of me. But this room is too small for... We used the Great Hall. Wouldn't that put be in everyone else's way? They would probably complain about the noise too. No need to worry. Jacopo's out inspecting some factory or something today.
Yeah, Jacopo never seems to be aware of what's going on in his house. He relies on other people to tell him what's happening, but never confirms anything without Maria. Yeah, I mean, he is very isolated in how... He is very isolated from, like, people he trusts in his mind. So, yeah.
After that, he's got a meeting, so he says he'll be staying the night elsewhere. I thought you wouldn't be back until tomorrow.
And how would you know that? No, forget it. Does my staying the night elsewhere have any effect on you? You were just waiting for this opportunity, weren't you?
No, what would I possibly want you out of the house for?
You sure know better than anyone.
What
is that smell? Perfume? When did you get this perfume? And I have to say, you've been having quite the time. Look at you. You're out of breath, red as a beet. You made the right decision coming back. Where the hell were you going?
I'm sorry. This is all my fault. If I hadn't asked you to dance, and me bringing the perfume only made things worse.
Oh, that was Maria. Whoops.
I'm sorry. This is all my fault. And if I hadn't asked you to dance, me bringing the perfume only made things worse. No, you don't need to feel bad about anything, Maria. Everything we did was with my best interest at heart.
And that's why she paused immediately as she said that.
She doesn't even suspect me in the slightest. And I was able to put that perfume to great use. That money-sucking leech, Tommaso, showed up at the perfect time too. I'm pretty sure that's when Jacopo started getting actively violent. A jealous man is a wonderful thing. I was imagining the worst and making matters worse for it. Wow, is that you, Tommaso? It's been so long. What brings you here?
I forget what I was doing for this guy. I was giving him like,
ooh, looky at who it is. Little Miss Campanella. There's a surprise. Didn't expect to see you this side of the Great Blue.
Oh, you know, I've been giving Jacopo a hand.
Huh, what colored me impressed. After what happened, I wouldn't have thought you want nothing to do with him.
That was between our parents. Jacopo didn't have anything to do with it.
Well, would sure be nice for all you younger generations to go through life without nothing to spark that kind of powder keg. Not that it's my place to talk.
No need to worry yourself about any of that. So what brings you here, Tommaso?
I'm a little, you know how it is. Having a bit of trouble staying afloat.
Ah, I see. So you're here to beg for offerings. Pretty shameless, Tommaso.
No point in having shame if it ain't making money. Toss that out with the chamber pot. Hell, might make things easier if I just quit being human altogether.
You that hard for cash?
Unfortunately, numbers are supposed to go up, but for some reason they ended up going down instead.
Might be best if you kick the gambling habit.
Now, that's like telling me to go off myself.
I bet. So say, Tommaso, maybe I could pitch in a bit too.
Oh, you mean it? That'd be a huge help.
There's seriously not a scrap of shame in ya. However, in exchange, I'd like you to do something for me.
Someone whose face needs a visit from my fists. Depending on the number, I could also possibly cut him into chunks and toss him into the ocean.
Whoa, keep it clean. I'm not asking you to do anything like that.
Tommaso joined the party.
What is it then? Something a lowlife like me can do.
It'll be easy. And it's nothing bad either. You're gonna go talk to Jacopo, aren't you? Well, there's something I'd like you to tell him while you're at it. You know he's married, right? He can get pretty nasty with his wife, though.
That's so. Sounds like she's got it rough.
She does, and she's religiously devoted to him, too. I've been trying to nudge things in the right direction to get her back on good terms with him, but I haven't had much luck.
Ain't that something the two of them should work through?
Normally, yes, but it's reached the point where I can't bear to sit back and watch anymore. I don't like seeing the two of them in pain. I want to do something for them.
Oh no. You're pretty devoted yourself, little lady.
I'm not important right now. Just doing the right thing. But the thing is, Jacopo won't hear a word of it. I figure maybe you, being a man, might be able to get through to him a little better than me.
Now don't listen to me either, to be honest.
Come on. You used to be really close, though. And I doubt he hates you.
I wouldn't be so sure about that. Anywho, talking's something anyone can do. So what do you want me to tell him?
I need you to give him a bit of a scolding. Tell him the madam came to you asking for advice that she accidentally let slip. That the way he treats her day to day causes her grief.
I've never met this wife of his before, you know?
Works even better that way. She's so downtrodden she can't talk to anyone about it. She thought that maybe you, being family, might be able to help. She's never met you, but she's still latched on to the ray of hope. And I'm sure when Jacopo finds out she brought it up with his family, he'll know we can't keep mistreating her. Things like this, they hit home harder than they come from someone on the outside.
Wait. Trouble reading that?
Things like this, they hit home harder when they come from someone on the outside.
Okay.
You make a decent point. Just remember, little lady, all I can do is bring it up with him. Can't guarantee it'll change nothing.
That's all I need you to do. Thanks a bunch, Tommaso. Alright, one more thing. There's some perfume that's grown quite popular recently. Ask him to give it to the madam as a gift. If he won't take it, you keep it. Give it to another woman, sell it, whatever you want.
Perfume, huh? Very thoughtful of you. Women do like getting gifts like that.
Yes, we do. If Big Bad Jacopo gives her some of that, they'll be lovebirds again before you know it. I'm sure of it.
Never thought the day would come when I got to play Cupid. Now I'm starting to get kind of excited about this.
Stay focused, Tommaso, and thanks.
Yeah, I mean, Tommaso's also kind of dumb for not realizing how weird it is to say it was the madam saying this. Yeah, right? Yeah, I mean, that is the way, like, Tommaso has been, like, pictured, though. Like, it doesn't seem like he's a smart fella with the way he's, like, losing all his money in gambling, and like he's already had a history of like coming to Jacopo for money in the past, right? As we've heard from Jacopo say before. So it's like the stars truly aligned for like the most non-thinking goon to like walk up to the mansion and like ask Jacopo for shit.
Oh, so you didn't hear any of this from me?
Yeah, see, there we go, Archelaus.
I'm fine just pulling the strings from the shadows. Their relationship is in complete shambles, and Jacopo still insists he fucking loves her. And the madam says she still believes him. Seriously, how stupid can you be? Poor Jacopo, poor madam. Now then, let's see where this boulder rolls to next. And how far it keeps rolling. Naturally, I'll be nudging it along the way.
What more can this guy do to her, though? Other than, like, kill her. Because, like, she's already trapped in her room, as it is.
Because, after all, a play lives or dies by the director's hands.
Now, where is this headmaid at? Right? I mean, something to consider, too. The headmaid is also always, like, a listener, like someone on the outside telling the story. So it could be that at this point, this was the headmaid listening to her like inner monologue and then applying that context to all the scenes prior, because it doesn't seem like we latched on to Maria as like a character like we did, like how they mentioned we latched on to what's her name and in Bestia's story. So it's like, you know?
Master, are you shocked? Or do you instead lament this development? I was deeply sorrowful. Though to a lesser degree about Maria's true intentions and more my shameful inability to recognize her machinations. At the time, I too believed that Maria was the white-haired girl's one and only ally. It was not until everything had drawn to a close that I discovered the truth. Then I now know how the tale ends, you say. Yes, that is correct. Well aware that it was not the case, I told you the story in a way that it suggested she was on the white-haired girl's side. Oh my, I wonder if that constitutes lying to you, Master. I merely wanted to present the events to you in order, starting from the beginning when Maria's ill intentions were still veiled in shadow.
Yeah, it's like I said. So, like, after she realized it, she applied the context in her storytelling to us.
I wanted you to know the same feeling of consternation I had experienced.
Consternation. Consternation is a new word. Consternation check. Define consternation. Feelings of anxiety or dismay, typically at something unexpected. I feel like we get a cool define word every time I play this game.
The white-haired girl continued to write letter after letter. They were all addressed to her dear husband, detailing her ever persistent love for him, and her desire for their relationship to return to what it had once been. My beloved, I'm sure your hands are quite full right now, but that's fine. It has not changed my love for you. Do you remember the day we went out together? That was perhaps the most wonderful day of my life. I had a truly incredible time. I still treasure the gift you gave me, for it is the one and only present I have received from you. That reminds me, Maria tried to teach me how to dance.
If Maria is reading these, and Jacopo doesn't want to actively kill the white-haired girl, he could just break the triptych fan or whatever it was called. That, like, spinning fan thing. Because, like, if she treasures it so much, how much would it hurt her to, like, break the one thing that she loves, right? But why would... Yeah, I mean, I'm just spitballing.
That reminds me, Maria tried to teach me how to dance. I doubt I'll ever progress beyond being laughably bad, though. It'd be nice if someday you and I could dance together. Perhaps when you have a little respite from work, we could go out again, maybe take a carriage somewhere a little farther away. And we could dine at a restaurant more to your liking. Although I think the cuisine at the other restaurant was exquisite, personally. Do I perhaps have an unrefined palate? Maria altered the letters before delivering them, however. She changed the addressee from Jacopo to other men. She would cut away the top of the page with Jacopo's name on it. In the space below, write a different name. She could not have mimicked the white-haired girl's handwriting for the full length of a letter, but Maria could make a single name look adequately similar. And it would, after all, be quite different to notice minor discrepancies in such small quantities of text. Oh. And that explains that pretty well, too. Although, me as Jacopo, I'd be like, why is the top of the page weird? These are like oddly sized pages of paper.
Again, another letter. Why does she keep writing these?
To Jacopo's eyes, the modified letters looked like professions of love for other men. The more she inscribed of her feelings for Jacopo, the greater the turmoil grew within his heart. Even though her love was directed towards him.
I can't. I can't believe what I'm reading. A restaurant more to your liking? I knew it. You have been going out with other men, all the while pretending to be chaste in my presence. I still treasure the gift you gave me? God's sakes. You have to be fucking kidding. But I've ensured she can't leave that room. She'll never see this man again. In time she'll let go, and so will he. Listen to me. Resigning myself to the hope that everything will fix itself. How did I end up like this?
Damn, he's got it fucking bad, man. He's like willing to hand wave like severe amounts of cheating theoretically. He's got it bad.
Such a pitiful man I become.
On the surface, Maria acted quite heartbroken at the sight of the suffering. But when she returned to her room, the walls echoed with their cackles. She derived a great deal of entertainment from their squirming.
So, he's the cuck? Yes. He is.
The more they writhed in anguish, the deeper her satisfaction grew. And both the white-haired girl and Jacopo continued to place their confidence in Maria, the one responsible for everything. The white-haired girl had never possessed the sense of distrust, and so she took everything Maria said as truth, continuing in her agony to write Jacopo letters. Letter after letter after letter. My beloved, are you still tied up with your work? It has been some time since we last saw each other, so I know not of how you've been doing of late. I only hope you remain in good health. I would, if possible, prefer to tell you everything in person, but I do not have the courage, so these letters are my only option. Am I adequately expressing my feelings, my love for you? If you have the time, I would appreciate a response.
You're never gonna get a response, though. Not as long as I'm intercepting them. There's no way I'm allowing these, or your love, to get to them. I could just stop reading them. It would certainly make things easier. But if I don't, my imagination will run wild. Fantasizing about her writing this to another man, and what she might be putting in their correspondence. I'd be better off knowing the truth than torturing myself with fantasy. It's the better option.
Jacopo accepted every letter Maria had delivered without fail. He would merely nod as he accepted it, his face contorted in discomfort, and then pore over the text when he was alone. I assume he did not want her to see his heart sinking into darkness.
Hey Flash, how you doing? We were very right. Did he morb yet? No, he is actually such a good guy. A little bit of a cuck, but a good guy. Because Maria is just the fucking worst. Because, I mean, he sucks. Because, like, he's still, like, you know, keeping her trapped in the room and shit. Like, if he were good, he would just like cut her off and not like do that to himself and her. But he like really loves this girl. Like, he is willing to like hand wave the fact that, so cliff notes or whatever, like quick synopsis. It came to a point where the white-haired girl was delivering letters to Jacopo because they weren't on speaking terms. Like, he wouldn't come talk to her. And the letters were given to Maria. And Maria would switch the letters up, readdress them, cut out correspondence and stuff to make it look like she was talking to another man. And making it seem like she was cheating on him. And he keeps wanting to not believe it or like put a stop to it because he loves her. And it's like, all the while Maria is like fully conscious that she's playing like the puppet master and making both of them suffer. It's crazy.
I assume he did not want her to see his heart sinking into darkness. He had put his trust in his wife rather than Maria. He would have almost certainly been able to realize the letters were directed at him, despite the altered recipient name. Everything she wrote about concerned him, after all. How could someone who had lived as isolated a life as her have so many identical experiences with two distinct men? Why could he not find it in himself to trust her? Perhaps doubting her was simply easier. If you were in his position, would you trust her?
I mean, I would have to. But like, gosh, cheating is really difficult, guys. Like, if I found out like someone cheated on me, like it's kind of like, for me personally, it's like a direct confrontation type thing. I'm not just gonna sit around and be like, are they though? Aren't they though? Like, if I have enough faith to have you as like a romantic partner, I'm going to put trust in your words. So I'm just going to like, I am going to believe that they didn't, if they didn't, I mean. But like, of course, if there's proof. It's such a tough thing. I think there's enough here where like there's reasonable doubt, where it's like, okay, that's really weird. Oh, like you didn't write this? Yeah, that doesn't look like you're writing. Then, you know, there it is. But yeah, like cheating is totally like a like full cutoff, like that is it, GG for me. Yeah. Would you trust a stranger that you were married to because of your family, or trust a friend that you've had since childhood? Exactly. And yeah, and that's the worst thing about it too. So Flash. Maria, they did a flashback to when they were kids growing up in like the Mediterranean, like in Italy or wherever the hell they came from. Because they don't necessarily like say the country, but I'm assuming Italy. And like, you know, they split apart as kids and they like found each other again in America, like way down the line. And like, they were like really close. And it was like, at this point, I kind of assume, and Archeolus also pointed out that maybe Maria was manipulating Jacopo even as a kid. Because like the patterns line up, like it was like a whole family thing. And like, gosh, it seems like her family lost a lot of power and she's using this as like a way to like have a taste of like control in her life. And her seeing it go so well kind of like explains why she's so happy with herself for doing this. But that's besides the point. Like, Jacopo fully left knowing that, like, thinking that Maria was the one person she could only trust. Because everyone else was out to get him. Supposedly. Yeah, from her point of view, do you trust the husband you love or the only friend in the mansion? Seems kind of obvious, though. Yeah, I mean, she's going to trust both, but because Maria is stopping him from going, practically, she can only trust the friend. Like, she is locked in that until he makes a move. Jacopo is the one who's lagging. Because it is actually fully on him, I think.
Would you maintain faith in her, the woman who had waited so long? Would you believe the feelings she professed for you were genuine? She continued writing letters day after day, week after week, without hiatus. She had, by and large, run out of things to say, but that did not put an end to her letter writing. She simply repeated what she had written before. Nevertheless, they did not see one another in person. The white-haired girl, forbidden from leaving her shed, could only wait for her husband to pay her a visit. My beloved, there's a little bit of fog out today. Weather like this reminds me of my home country. I was born on an island perpetually covered in a thick fog. I'm not saying I would like to return, but thinking about it does make me feel rather homesick. Does that happen to you? That reminds me. Aside from that one time, you have not told me much of your homeland. It would be nice if we could pay it a visit together sometime. Speaking of which, before I left, an exhibition of some sort was held there. I was unable to attend, but perhaps you had the chance when it was near you.
I mean, why not just say the name Jacopo instead of beloved? So, they did explain that already, as like, Maria would tear or modify the letter to remove Jacopo in the letter and write it as like a different correspondence. Yeah, and I mean, I have to imagine if it's like too hard to modify, like she'd just throw it out and let the message go unsent. Because like the seeds are already sown, you know? What's like more wood for the fire at this point?
I imagine you would have with your interest in new technology. Next time you have a chance, I would enjoy hearing what they had on display.
Yeah, that makes it really, really sound like it's one of the guys that he meets up with. Because she already established that the person she was cheating on him with was someone from like the meetings he would hold inside his office. So there's like not much that would need to be modified here. That you could trust that.
An exhibition. That's right. There was one. It was a year ago. Got quite a bit of attention since it was supposed to have been held in Paris. I was busy, preparing for our wedding. I had no time to attend an exhibition. And while I was doing that, giving you, a woman I had never met before, my full attention, you were giving yours to a different man?
Yeah, see, now that's kind of wild. Okay. At this point, Jacopo should be like, what the hell? Because that's like crazy coincidence for like as big a world as it is. Like, could you imagine you have never met your wife once in your entire life and you're getting cheated on? Oh, well, okay, run it back a little bit. You've never met your wife, you marry, and then you've been getting cheated on by one of your friends before you even got married. Like halfway across the world. Nah.
Has this been going on for that long?
Had he simply stepped up and taken action, he could have put an end to the stream of letters, each of which gave rise to further misunderstanding.
Also, this is very realistic too, because this is feeding into his fears. The more this feeds into his fears, like, he's not gonna want to confront it because he's, like I mentioned, it is like establishing a pattern. Like with these pattern establishments, like you kind of want to sit and find out more. And him being maybe non-confrontational in this regard, I totally understand why he's like this. It just sucks that he's like this.
He needed merely ask the white-haired girl in person, to whom the letters were addressed, whether what they described were true, and the twisted threads of his confusion would have all been unraveled. But he had made no such effort, relying instead on Maria to serve as intermediary. I feel as though I have now at long last come to understand just what kind of man Jacopo was. While we had a great deal of pride in his capabilities, he had far less confidence in himself as a person. If he had faith in himself, perhaps he would have had faith to put, perhaps he would have put faith in his wife as well. Had his pride not been so twisted, perhaps he would not have been so afraid of being hurt. Indeed, he was afraid. Afraid of being rejected by her. Afraid to face a reality where his beloved partner scorned him. Where the woman he loved laughed at him disdainfully. Where she and countless others mocked him. The thought of it paralyzed him.
Ah, man. Gotta say, like, this really, really sucks for Jacopo, because I can totally understand. Like, that fucking sucks, man.
The environment in which he had been raised played a significant part in his state of mind, I expect. Occasionally, the name on the letter would change. Maria was making the white-haired girl out to be having affairs with multiple other men. She could never do any such thing, of course. But Jacopo, thinking Maria to be his only ally, believed everything she said.
Only I could figure out who this man is, where he resides. If I can make him tell me every last detail about his relations with my wife. What if that information went public as a result? If news of her infidelity spread and were to reach the Coast Guard, the fate of the Berzattis is in your hands, son. There is a limit to what we can accomplish on this tiny island. If we don't turn our attention outward, we will wither away and die. And not just this family. This whole land will find itself famished and emaciated, defenseless against invasion as we waste away. I won't stand by and watch my homeland crumble. Sure, our methods may be crude and not always worthy of praise, but they produce undeniable results. The unfortunate thing is, the previous Capo Famiglia was an incredibly reticent man. It took all he had to merely preserve a small chunk of the world. But I'm not like that, and neither are you. The most I can do is lay the foundation to make it easier for you to work, which means everything rests on your shoulders.
Yeah, he is stun-locked by his duty to his family and his, like, fear of rejection and his... Oh my gosh.
Both the future of the Berzatti's family and the future of this country. It all falls on you. The marriage is happening too quickly. It would be madness not to hurry given the circumstances. You should be well aware of that. We need the Berzatti name climbing the social ladder in short order, or we're going to have everything ripped out from under us. If the woman isn't here locking, you can find another one that is. She's only going to be your wife in name. But listen to me, son. You must not allow her to fool around. What are the most vital things to have in our society? Money? Power? Yes, those are important. But what matters most is respect. No one's going to follow Capo Famiglia they can't respect. They'll try to undermine your authority. Once someone deems you weaker than them, courtesy goes out the window. And that's a judgment that's near impossible to overturn. Betrayal spreads like a fire through a forest. And once that flame is lit, the both of us come crashing down. You must not let anyone look down on you. You must not let anyone think you're the kind of man a woman can walk all over. If by any chance your fiancé is ever unfaithful to you, kill her before anyone finds out. Your place is above others. Climb to the top. Never be content with someone above you. And never forget the weight you carry on your shoulders.
Jump, yikes, yes, jump. Wow, yikes is so true.
This is your responsibility. The fate of the Berzattis is in your hands.
Yeah, it's just, Everything is piled on this man. Good to see you, by the way. Hope you're doing well tonight, Jum. Man, I do not envy Jacopo. He has been the most like,
Must keep intercepting his letters. I must keep her locked up. Still have work to do. I can't allow anyone to learn about how she disgraced me. Kill her. That's how my old man says to handle it. That's the last resort. It's not. Not yet. God damn it. It's downright wrong for me to even be having these feelings for someone. Fuck!
yeah, he's the word. It's crazy too, because I think there is like a precedent in like real life too, where like people's first relationships and things like that tend to be like heavily idealized, right? So in Jacopo's case, his wife, I think, was stated previously to be like the first woman kind of up to this point that he's ever like opened up to. Like when he was drunk and they were on that date and they were like talking and shit. So like he is comfortable around her and does love her like that. So like to have to even consider that thought just like speaks volumes to like the amount of pressure and shit that's just being piled on him.
Master, your carriage is waiting outside. How are you coming along?
Coming along? Oh, that's right. I had an inspection scheduled today. I'll be right out. Have him wait.
Is something the matter, Master? You look a little hazy.
I'm fine.
If you're not feeling well, you should stay.
I said I'm fine. It's not your job to try and infer my condition.
Yes, sir.
Also, come to think of it, have I given you mod yet, Jum? Real quick, I know it's a little tiny modicum, but fanfare, welcome to the mods. Also, hello Eli, hello, how you doing? Hope you're doing well.
Damn it. Keep it under wraps. Act like normal. You can at least do that much, damn ya.
Take care on your trip, Master.
Yeah.
Eli, this guy has got it fucking rough, man. I of all the protagonists so far, I feel the fucking worst for Jacopo. No lie.
It's not the usual coachman. I also feel like I've seen him somewhere. Your fault.
Wait. No way he's gonna get murdered, right?
What? Hey, speak up. Die, Jacopo Berzatti!
Master! There's a knife in your stomach! Oh God, someone, anyone!
Silence. Don't make a scene. Call a doctor.
Yes, sir.
Now I remember where I've seen him before. That's right. I put his factory out of business. I needed it out of the picture to expand my own business. Yeah. Guess he held a grudge about that. Should have been more careful. Blood flows with surprising abundance from a stab wound. It's not stopping either. Son of a bitch. The world is going wide. Come on now. You have to be kidding.
He cannot catch a break. Please let him live. Please let him live. Let him find out. Let him find his happiness, man. Is this going to be Maria again?
I know very well.
Oh.
I know very well what kind of man you are. You wouldn't hesitate to lead a blind man off a cliff if it furthered your own goals. You make money off others' lives. You stand upon a mountain of corpses, cackling at everyone below you. For a man like you, love comes as naturally as flying. Guess what? You don't have any emotions. You never have. You've always been this way.
Yeah, Maria, that's gotta be Maria. They didn't outright show me yet, but the jealousy in like the rise in power and stuff, that's 100% Maria.
My childhood was day after day of mockery. You're just a bunch of nobodies trying to pretend your name means anything, they would say, sneering and glaring.
Oh, not Maria? Oh, we went to... It was Jacopo. This is how he thinks about himself. Oh my god, that hurts. That fucking hurts, man. Like, just thinking about that. All of this, and this is how he thinks about himself too?
Maria treated me as an equal. She was the only one. Wanted to show him up. To do that, I had to rise to the top. Or at least high enough that I could laugh at him. My old man wasn't the only one who wanted that. I did too. I had to make him acknowledge that I had value as a man who actually wants to go through life being laughed at. I had to make him recognize that what I did had value. And I needed neither love nor compassion to do it. Well, that's what I thought. In the beginning, I only ever intended to use that woman. I simply needed her to build a name for myself. When she served her purpose, I could simply cast her aside. That's what I thought. Or rather, that's what I endeavored to make myself think. But deep down, I felt bad for her. I pitied this woman who was being made to marry a man she'd never even met before. I'm sure what she really wanted was to have a regular marriage with someone she loved. But because her family wanted to cling to their name, she wasn't afforded that opportunity. I wanted to do something for her. It didn't have to be anything grand. I genuinely wanted that. The day of our wedding was when I first saw her. Her face, partially obscured behind the veil, was gorgeous. And crucially, she was smiling at me. I'd expected to find only gloom and despondency in her eyes. But instead, she smiled. The moment I saw that smile, I wanted it to be a permanent part of my life. I truly did want to ensure she always had a smile on her face.
Not the way this is also kind of almost getting me to tear up too.
Ugh. Is this my room? I'm alive? Damn it. Ugh. I feel nauseous. What time is it? World's a blur. So hot.
You mustn't get up. The doctor said bacteria entered your body through the wound. Because of that, you have a very high fever.
What are you doing here?
Was told you've been badly wounded, but thankfully it wasn't fatal.
How did you make it out of?
Pardon?
I see. Maria opened it.
Would you like some medicine to reduce the fever? It should help you feel better.
Yes. No. Stay by my side for a little longer.
Is there anything I can do for you? You can ask me anything.
My hand.
Your hand?
Could you hold my hand? If you don't want to, that's fine.
Like this?
Your hand is quite cold.
It probably feels that way because of your fever.
So,
Yes?
I've done some regrettable things to you. Please forgive me. Tell you the truth. From the moment I first saw you, I felt like you were what I'd been searching for my whole life. Laugh if you'd like. I felt like I'd finally found you. But I couldn't act around you the way I honestly felt.
You should get some sleep.
Could you keep holding my hand until I fall asleep? If you don't want to, that's fine.
My hand is in yours.
Thank you.
Honest to goodness, Maria needs to die. I need Maria dead.
You appear to be quite delirious, Master. Those are things you should be telling your wife, not me.
No, man! That hurts even more. Way to twist the knife.
It was all a dream. Of course it was. Wouldn't be that easy. She would never come to my room. She's involved with other men.
Jacopo, may I come in? I have another letter.
Fuck you. He just got stabbed, dude. Maria's... Okay, not as bad as Bestia, but still pretty fucking bad. Man, just talk to each other. Yeah, that gap is wide, yes. But so far, Maria is the closest.
The white-haired girl's persistent letters did not improve anything, but simply stoked the flame of misunderstanding. This continued for several months.
You're telling me he got stabbed and had to deal with this on top of like that for several months?
Though outside the sun shone with the gentle warmth of spring, the cold, bitter winds of winter still relentlessly blew between Jacopo and his wife. Not allowed to leave her shed and never receiving a reply to her letters, the white-haired girl's only source of information was Maria. Week after week, her circumstances remained the same, but something else was beginning to show signs of change. Her mental state.
Oh yeah, I mean, of course. She's been at this by herself, only Maria to talk to inside one room for months on end. Who wouldn't go crazy?
It's pointless, madam. You're only wasting your time at this point. I saw him throw your letter into the fireplace. He's not going to read anything you write, no matter how much of your soul you pour into it. He cares more about money and work than love. That's the kind of man he is. Just give up and file for divorce already. No. I'll get through to him. Everything will go back to normal. I have faith. All my letters may go up in flames, but my faith will not be lost with them. As long as I keep writing, eventually, I'll get through to him. So I can't stop. I can't. You have any idea what he says about you, madam? Jacopo doesn't trust you in the slightest. He goes around calling you a witch.
Ooh, low blow.
A man-eating devil woman. It's awful. There's no one as pure and as beautiful as you. He says I'm a witch. Listen to me, madam. He never for a second actually loved you. He just wanted the influence attached to your name. Wanted to mingle with the upper class. He used you. But last year, when we went out together, he gave me the Phanacus wheel at the photography shop. He had the owner make it especially for me. He was just trying to win your favor. If he really cared for you, he wouldn't have gotten you a paper toy. He would have gotten you something like a ring or a necklace or some perfume or a nice dress. Some woman really like. Has he ever given you something like that? He doesn't have any feelings for me? I'm sorry. I just couldn't stand to see you going through this, but I don't know when to shut my fat trap. I went too far. Last thing I need to be doing is hurting you worse. You know, for everything I said, your unwavering dedication is really impressive, madam. I know I suggested you get a divorce, but to be honest, part of me kinda doesn't actually want you to split up. Despite knowing you staying with him is just causing you pain. You made it this far, I'd like to see if you make it all the way. Maybe he actually will start paying attention. Your sweetness can melt even the heart of steel. Yes, you're right. I will keep waiting. Keep writing. And I will not divorce him. Yeah, alright. So please, keep delivering my letters to him. You're my only remaining connection to the outside world. Oh yes, one more thing. If it's not too much trouble, could you tell me how he's been and what he's been doing lately? I do not have much else to write about. So if I could at least relieve him of some of his work-related stress. I am his wife after all. I should be able to do that much for him. I am his wife.
Boy, two people with like crippling self-worth issues and one snake to manipulate the both of them. That's crazy.
Her dedication to him was perhaps closer to an obsession, but she did not seem to be conscientious of the fact that her obsession was killing her. She was visibly losing weight and her spirit was breaking down. It is said that emotion fades with time, but the opposite can also be true. The act of waiting, of fervently believing for so many months despite the object of one's affections not returning them, can tear apart a person's heart, crush their soul, shattering their spirit. No matter how radiant, how thick-skinned they might be, with enough time, it will wear anyone down. No one is immune.
I need to remember to be taking some screenshots because this dialogue is like peak premier writing, top tier shit.
It's pointless, Jacopo. Wait all you want, you won't get her back. If she's going to be writing letters, she could at least write one for you. She looks so pure, pretty as an angel. But God almighty, is it only how she looks? You've changed a bit.
What, have I?
The old you would have been yelling and screaming, chomping at the bit to go storming in on the madam. Now you just go quiet.
Just a little tired.
You could break it off then.
What?
You already made a name for yourself in our society. Nobody's gonna suddenly start ignoring you. You've more than put her family's name to good use. To put it in your own words is no longer necessary. This isn't something I really want to say, but the madam's never really liked you. She was married off to a total stranger and forced to leave her home. I'm sure she felt very alone, and so she sought the companionship of other men. Anyone who wasn't you probably seemed quite attractive to her.
The way it's like also digging into his insecurities.
So without getting violent or threatening to kill her or anything, just end it already, quietly, without a fuss. It'll be easier for you that way.
I cannot.
'Cause you still love her. That's wonderful, Jacopo. After everything, you still love her. That's just blind, slavish devotion at this point.
Perhaps it's a foolish, unhealthy obsession, but I still do not wish to sever ties with her. I cannot get the image of her smile out of my head. The look of utter elation on her face as she looked through the phenakistoscope. Those captivating eyes beneath the veil at our wedding. I will never, for as long as I live, forget those sights.
Calling me surprised. You're a sentimental one. Well, I guess you've always been kind of mushy, haven't you? True to your heart, despite how you may look. It's not a bad thing, though, in my book. There's nothing but pain in it for you now, but all you can do is wait till she stops writing. But don't worry, if you need to let off some steam, I'm all ears. I'll be here for you until she breaks it off with the other men.
Maria, damn them both.
No, that won't be necessary.
What?
I know very well that things cannot continue on as the way they are forever. I knew it from the beginning. Still couldn't do anything. It's time. I'm planning on facing her myself.
You serious, Jacopo?
Yes. I've relied on you for too long. I was afraid of what I might do to her. I didn't want anyone to find out that my wife was being unfaithful. And I thought the best way to ensure that was by locking her up away from anyone else. But the situation is not going to improve unless I do something. If I allow things to continue as they are, sooner or later word of her infidelity will leak. So, before that happens, I must face her myself. I must do something.
It's probably best if you didn't. I'll tell her anything you want. Make sure things start improving.
Appreciate everything you've done, and I apologize for getting you involved in our troubles. But I'm gonna end it now. No, I must put an end to it. This is a problem between me and her.
You might get violent again if you'll see her face to face.
Yes, I might. I might do something that would look bad for me. But it's reached a point where until the two of us face up to each other, it's never going to go away. It took me far too long. I wasted too much time trying to find my resolve.
I see. You'll need a way to break the ice then.
Break the ice.
Right. If you got some convenient excuse to talk to her, it'll reduce some tension and make it easier to bring up what you need to bring up, right? Here's an idea. The Transcontinental Railroad you've been funding. That's supposed to be opened up pretty soon, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
There'll be a message by telegraph when it happens, right? I can ask her to be there to hear it. And then you can invite her to ride the first train. You put your heart and soul into this project and it's finally being realized. It's going to be an amazing day for you, and a day like that's ripe for more good things to happen. It's going to be the accomplishment of a lifetime. Don't look so down in the dumps. You're sending trains across this massive continent, carrying on them the people of this country's dreams.
If Maria gets fucking that mafia dude to come and kill the girl in white to fuck with Jacopo on the day that he opens the train, because that's the only thing I'm seeing here. Like, that is her only out. Like, she has to die because Jacopo's not going to kill her. Not if she hears what she has to say. So she has to kill her. But she's not going to get her hands dirty because she's never been like that.
Who says you can't stick a dream of yours on it too?
Right. Yes, you have a point. A railroad that spans from coast to coast. She's a sickly girl, which means long trips are difficult. But this new rail system will make things much less straining. It would allow me to show her the world.
Yeah, that's perfect. I'm getting excited myself. It'll go great, I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
Oh, what's gonna happen? What? It's like every single time, every one of these doors is like, how is the train gonna get wrecked? Every door is like watching a train wreck unfold. Pardon the like actual train being used in this door. Yeah, she going crazy.
Oh god, my fucking sides. Seriously, they're goddamn right, the both of them. They keep on trusting me and keep on getting hurt. They don't have to be going through any of this. Oh my god, Maria, you're terrible. And these people call me the Holy Mother. I bet the real Mara's rolling in her fucking grave. Now, I must say, I wasn't expecting you to make a move, Jacopo. A shame that. A squirming loser paralyzed by insecurity is a better role for you. If they do end up figuring out tough shit, doesn't hurt anything, just takes away a bit of my fun. Don't understand why he's so infatuated with the railroads. I mean, I do sort of get romanticizing steel, but my kind of steel's a little smaller scale. Anyways, I suppose it's about time to get things moving. No matter how this plays out, you will not have a happy ending, Jacopo. You're going to get a real taste of how much I despise you. Maria! Oh, there you are! What is it? I'm on break right now. You were assigned to clean the cellar today, weren't you? Well, headmaid's saying it hasn't been done yet. Well, I did. I cleaned it. Just a casual once-over, but hey. Well, do it again. Do it right this time. Because if you don't, it's gonna fall on me. And that's supposed to make me give a damn? I mean it. You take care of it. You get enough special treatment as it is. Yeah, right. I heard you the first time. I'll take care of it. And don't you forget it. Oh, for God's sakes. Why should I have to be the one to tell her? She gone? Ugh, what a pain. Who cares if the damn cellar's clean? Not like anyone's bringing guests down there. Yeesh. I guess I should take care of it. Better than the tongue lashing by the head maid. God, why did I have to be a maid anyways?
That kind of feels like she had a choice. Which makes her committing this evil like 10 times worse to me. Because it would mean that like maybe she didn't fall into like financial issues and lose too much power.
What a dank place. So dark and humid out here. Makes me feel gross. Someone there? Hello? Hello? Anyone there? Came from farther in. Whoa. It's seriously dusty back here. Who was supposed to clean this last week? Well, clean the whole thing next time, damn it. Just makes my job harder. Disgusting. Damn cobwebs. Oh God. Oh dear God. I do not want to clean this.
Is it the beast?
Oh, God's sake, stack this stuff properly. Now I've got to fix this whole mess.
No, it can't be. This is just her being like prissy.
For the love of... What's this? Something carved into the floor. Never noticed this before. Someone got bored one day? What do we have here? It's mostly illegible. Let's see. It's not written in English, but my native language. But it's not modern. It's really archaic. Why on earth would an old form of my country's language be carved into the floor of a mansion built here in the New World? Most of it's illegible, but I can make out one section. Our lives. Our lives shall be forfeit to the witch's curse. Nevertheless, we must lay bare those with sin upon their souls, for the redemption of those whom are pure. Should ye mean not to dispel your curse, we implore you, O witch, to mark with it only their bloodlines. The blood of the sinners flows through those who dwell within this house, but not I. What in the... A witch? That's crazy. Were witches a problem in the 1887 or whatever year? When did the Salem trials happen? That was like way early, right? Like 16 even? Salem witch trials were 1693. Okay. Yeah, so how has like witch representation been since then? Because like nowadays I kind of attribute them to like cottagecore type beat, like you know what I mean? People will be like, witch cast a spell. That's crazy. But why does the handwriting look like mine? It's just coincidentally similar. No one's handwriting is perfectly unique after all. Why am I so sweaty? It's not that hot down here. No, forget it. Didn't see a thing. Not a chance it's real, just a tasteless prank. This is silly. There's something in this box. Is that a painting? Has that always been here? Huh. White hair. Fair skin. Is this the madam? But then, why is the face all torn up? Back during the Mel times. And her clothes look real old-fashioned. The painting seems worn and faded too. Something about it feels off. I'm not sure how to describe it. It's very creepy, unsettling. The writing on the floor, this painting. What is with this house? It's just a painting. Nothing to get weirded out over. I bet I know what happened. Jacopo probably slashed it up in a fit of jealousy. He is a simple man. Seeing this probably wouldn't put him in the best mood. Oh, wouldn't you know, the stories have expanded generations. Yeah, somehow the house ended up in the New World. Like we said at the start of last stream, where I was like, why is it in America now? So this house can just kind of exist where it wants. I guess it could, judging by like what was written in that like ritual thing, it could follow the bloodline of a family. And like maybe there's a bit of like history with Maria. Like Maria is like far removed from Bestia, who is far removed from Mel. I don't know. It's kind of like a big, that's casting a wide like genetic net, I think, huh? Because like, no, but Bestia was like half Dutch, right? I could believe, but I don't know. Mel didn't really get married and have kids. What was that? Oh wait, right. White-haired girl. What was that? Someone there? The door is open? Nobody's there. What's this? A painting? Who could have left it here? Is that me? Why? But my face, it's been cut. No. Why would someone have painted this? Just to do this? Who would do such a thing?
You're like a witch, my dear. Like a demon. Your very presence brings misfortune upon others. You're cursed.
Yeah. I figure that, like, she's thinking that it is now Jacopo who's done this.
No, I'm not. I'm not. Was it you, Jacopo? Did you have this painted so you could destroy it? Do you really despise me to that extent? Why? Why do you... What did I ever do to make you hate me so? Why? Why? All I'm doing is waiting for you.
You worthless tramp. Are those ears only for show? This house has no need of a garden. I always thought you had at least some sense of taste. Silence, it's all your fault. Every last thing. And say goodbye to your freedom. I'll kill you.
Right. All the things he said in anger, in the passion of, like, thinking that she was cheating on him.
Does the mere act of waiting impose upon you? Does my mere presence pervert you? Would it be better if I were gone? Would it be better if I left this mansion? If I left you? I don't think I can wait much longer. There's no end in sight. I can't take it anymore. There's no end. No. I will set a deadline for when I give up waiting. When the project you pour your heart and soul into is complete. When the railroad opens, I'll be finished waiting. Ah. Oh, that's sad, man. 'Cause that's the deadline he gave himself. He's going to come and look for her and she's going to be gone. Then it's over.
Just gonna, like, sit in that silence for a second.
The Pacific Railroad's last spike ceremony was drawing nearer by the day. That day was coincidentally the deadline the two of them had set for themselves, Jacopo to confront his wife, and the white-haired girl to wait for him. And as that day approached, she continued to write letters. She wrote the letters purely by force of habit, despite having been worn visibly thin. I expect that she could not stop, that the act of writing was all that kept her from going mad. But focusing her attention on another person through her letters, she was able to maintain her grip on herself. But that day would put an end to her suffering and despair. When the railroad was complete, all their misunderstandings would be cleared up. They would return to the smiling, happy couple they had been when they first married. This game has been nothing but if not tragic. I don't think that's going to happen as much as I'd like for that to happen. The harsh winter would finally come to a close, melting away into the past and allowing them to step into the future. With constant prayer in my heart, I impatiently awaited the railroad's opening ceremony. I do not, after all, wish for anyone to fall into that kind of misfortune. And that goes for you as well, Master. Now, Master, the door is soon to be shut upon this era. Are you prepared to see what happens next? I see. Very well. Then allow us to make our way to that final day. See with your own eyes, Master, how this tale concludes. And please, do not let go of my hand.
Is the right word for this game like angst? Is this game very angsty? Because I feel like it's so angsty.
The night before the opening ceremony, the master of the house headed for his wife, Shed. There was a tension on his face, but surely in his step.
But a surety in his step, pulling on the heartstrings, yeah.
He had found the resolve to speak with her. Having locked her away for so long in the shed like a common prisoner, Jacopo was hardly optimistic about what she might say to him. He had undeniably mistreated her, said heartless and cruel things to her, and even gotten physically violent with her. His actions were inexcusable, even if they were in response to her infidelity. Of course, the very infidelity which had driven him to such behavior had not in fact taken place, but he was unaware of that.
Yeah, that's exactly... The game really knows exactly how you're supposed to feel. That's good writing. Because that's exactly how I feel. Like, of course he's not perfect, because he was acting that way. Like, a good man would have cut it and ran, I think. But, like, he couldn't.
There was a chance they would never reconcile their misunderstandings, and that this predicament would not have a positive resolution. But he still clung to a tiny fragment of hope.
Like a good neighbor. I'm trying to think of a way to spin that for, like, Maria and, like... I don't know. Like a good neighbor. I don't know. Divorce. The punchline is divorce.
He wanted to start over with the white-haired girl, to make a new future with her. With that desire burning strong in his heart, he stood before the door to her shed and called out to her.
You awake? It's me, Jacopo. May I come in? I won't hurt you. I will not raise my hand against you again. I swear to you, I will do no harm. I just wish to speak. I would like to have a calm, rational conversation. And as such, I will not enter your room until you've given me your permission.
Oh. What if she's too sick to leave? What if she doesn't have, like, the strength to speak anymore?
So may I please come in? You won't even give me a response. Alright. Considering how you must feel about me, I shouldn't be surprised. Fine. You don't have to let me in. But please please at least hear me out. Do you remember the day, shortly after we first met, when we went on our honeymoon? If you can even call the little walk we took our honeymoon. I was unable to do anything nice for you then either. I had no experience, no idea how to interact with an upper-class woman like you. I didn't know what I should do for you. And yes, I know, that makes me sound juvenile. I have a tendency to say things I don't mean the more perturbed I get. Sure, I said things to hurt you numerous times that day. However, at the photography shop, when you saw the phonetoscope, you smiled for me. I was genuinely pleased in that moment. I felt like I had gotten closer to you. I very much doubt that was actually an appropriate present for a noble woman like yourself. Jewels or flowers or something like that, something beautiful, would have certainly suited you better. And I knew that, but I assumed you would have been given gifts like that countless times in the past. You are, after all, a beautiful woman. I did not want to have to compete on the same field as those other men. I want her to be special. No, I want her to be unique to you. No one had ever shown you anything of the sort before, had they? Frankly, I wasn't sure if a woman of your status would take any interest in a phenakistoscope at all. I imagine you've thrown it out by now, but I choose to believe you sincerely liked it on that day. That, if just for a moment, I caught your eye. Even if you started seeing other men afterwards, the moment was real, wasn't it? Marriage was, at its core, nothing but an arrangement between our parents, an exchange of money and influence. That was how it began, but that day, I loved you. I yearned to see you smile, as if I had loved you my entire life. The Pacific Railroad has finally been completed. That's the project I've been funding. Everyone thought it was crazy, but a railroad now stretches across the breadth of this country. The joining ceremony will be held tomorrow. It's going to be a grand event. Locally, they're planning on doing a gun salute, and the sound of the last spike being driven into the ground will be transmitted across the country via telegraph. I have procured a telegraph so we can listen to it here in the mansion. In your condition, you would probably have trouble handling the crowds at the telegraph station. But here, you could celebrate in the comfort of your own home. I suppose what I'm saying is, I want to celebrate this with you. I've made arrangements to make that possible for you, because I wish to have you there with me. Would you be willing, tomorrow, to celebrate the completion of the Pacific Railroad with me? Would you be there at my side? Please, say something. I want to start over. I know very well what I've done to you. You may be at fault yourself, but what I did was unacceptable. But what I did was a consequence of my overpowering love for you. I swear it. Why? Why will you not answer me? Say something. Anything.
What if Maria killed her in her room and made it look like a suicide? Well, I mean, I already said like Maria wasn't gonna get her hands dirty, but like,
please, you can hear me out there, can't you? If you don't want to, you can just say no.
yeah, because imagine how bad that must feel, right? Because then he'd think he was responsible for her killing herself. That would break him. He does not deserve this, man. Like, he may be like,
I don't know, man. If you don't want to, you can just say no. If you do reject me, I'll set you free. I won't hurt you. I promise.
oh, please don't be a Doki Doki Literature Club.
The door is not locked. Who opened it? Hello?
A humid spring breeze brushed against his cheeks. The drawn lace curtains appeared to glow in the gentle moonlight. The white-haired girl was not in her room.
Where have you gone?
Stupefied, he glanced about his wife's chambers. To my eyes, the neatly organized room appeared no different than any other day. But to his eyes, it was pale and hollow. For the one who was supposed to be here, who was supposed to be waiting for him, was not present. He could not hear her voice from anywhere in the shed. In its place echoed a dry rustling, a sad, pitiful, empty whisper of a noise. It came from the lone object left abandoned atop her desk. The phenakistoscope.
The Fena Kistoscope.
It was the one present Jacopo had ever given the white-haired girl, a toy made of paper. When spun and viewed in a mirror, it created an illusion of a man and woman dancing.
You still had this? That's ridiculous. I'd assume you'd thrown it out.
The white-haired girl had evidently made considerable use of the phenakistoscope. The paper was visibly worn and tattered, warped in places, and had even begun to yellow. It spun slowly in the wind, rustling and rustling and rustling, spinning in an endless reminder of the day that year before, though there was no longer anyone around to look through it.
Why? But you were with other men. Why would you keep something I gave you? It's so worn. Why? A letter.
Beneath the ever-rotating phenakistoscope lay a single sheet of paper. As if drawn to it, he scanned the contents of the parchment. It was a letter addressed to Caro mio, Jacopo. The salutation, written in his native language, translated as follows. My beloved Jacopo, did the fruits of your dreams turn out as you'd hoped? I am sure it was wonderful and impressively fast. A train that can travel across a continent as large as this is like something out of a story. I wish I could have been there to see it. I'm sure it would have been quite pleasant, like the day you gave me the Fenacus wheel. Am I being presumptuous? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I thought I would keep waiting for you forever, no matter how much you hated or ignored me. But I made up my mind, so I'm sorry. I decided I would wait for you until the railroad was completed. I foolishly thought that you might invite me to the opening ceremony, but it seems I am not good enough for you. I'm going to take my leave of your house, so you needn't concern yourself with me any longer.
Needn't is strange.
However, I do have one request. Please do not forget about all the letters I wrote. Think back on them from time to time. Do not burn them all, for they contain my thoughts, my feelings, my words, a record of my love for you. Remember, when you can, that I was always watching you. I'm sorry. I'm having trouble writing. My ears are ringing. There's a voice whispering to me, calling me a witch. Maybe it's your voice. My vision is blurred. I'm not even sure what is going through my mind. I'm sorry this was all I was able to write for you. I'm truly sorry. I'll leave the Fenacus wheel behind. It was my dearest treasure. Farewell. I loved you. May 8th, 1869.
What the hell is this?
He was visibly rattled, and unsurprisingly so. The mention of the Transcontinental Railroad's opening ceremony, the letter she had written, her dearest treasure, her profession of love for him, and above all, the mangled text that appeared to have been written by someone not entirely in their right mind. Everything about it served to amplify his befuddlement.
You waited for me. How can that be? The joining ceremony's tomorrow. Hasn't happened yet. Why did you leave then? I'm here. I came for you, just as I planned. Ceremony's on the 10th.
A second later, Jacopo gasped. The date written on the letter was the day prior, May 8th. Originally, the ceremony was planned to be held on May 8th, 1869. However, due to bad weather and a labor dispute, it had been postponed for 2 days.
This can't be. I made sure you were informed. I had Maria.
The madam's having an affair.
Maria. No, you wouldn't.
Scattered fragments of memory began coming together in his mind. Maria was the only one who had informed him of his wife's supposed unfaithfulness. Or unfaithfulness. And though the letters had not been addressed to him, thinking back on it, they had all been about him. In one letter, she had mentioned treasuring a gift. Jacopo had assumed it meant a gift from another man. But in fact, she had been referring to the phenakistoscope sitting atop her desk, still spinning in the wind. At long last, he finally made that connection. And at the same time, he realized that the only person who could have altered the letters was someone they both trusted. Maria.
Never. She never, even once, betrayed me. She was not unfaithful at all. She waited, unwaveringly, for me. And I refused to believe her. I caused her pain, again and again.
But his realizations came far too late. The white-haired girl's spirit had broken, and she was no longer at the mansion. He had caught on to Maria's machinations had he caught on to Maria's machinations sooner, things would not have turned out the way they had. But he was much too late.
Maria, why? Why would you do this?
Clenching the letter from his wife, Jacopo stormed out of the shed in search of Maria. Find her. But she was not in the room assigned to her.
Where are you? Where have you gone? Maria!
Several maids were roused from their slumber by the racket, but no one had the courage to speak up as the master of the house frantically charged through the halls. Eventually he arrived at his own chamber. He was certain he had closed the door before leaving, but now a sliver of light shone through the gap between it and the frame. From within the room he thought he could sense someone's presence. When he opened the door, there he saw, comfortably perched upon his own chair, a woman. I've been waiting, Jacopo. Jesus Christ. She is bold. Nice room you got here. Though I guess that's only natural, you being the man of the house and all. All these fancy furnishings. You do know this stuff's too good for you, right? And then me, I got that barren little maid's room. Drives me up the wall. Oh my gosh, she's so smart. She's so smart and so fucked up. If she holds the narrative power, so hey, Jacopo. Clear the air with the little lady yet?
Maria!
I love that look on your face. I'm guessing you didn't make things better then.
know good and well that she's not even here anymore.
Well, yeah, but I still want to hear you say it, you know? I want to hear from your own mouth that you couldn't keep a leash on your woman. So you locked her up, drove her mad, broke her down, then she ran away from you. Go on, say something. Climb back on your high horse and start shouting like you always do.
Why, Maria? Why would you do this?
Why? Why do you think? Because I fucking despise ya. I've been trying to figure out how I wanted to end things, but they just fell apart on their own. The fates are smiling down upon me, I guess.
Nonsense. She was waiting for me till the day of the joining ceremony. And I was gonna see her on that day. You knew the ceremony had been postponed.
That's what you get for putting it all in my hands. For thinking I'm the only one on your side. What? Did you think I'd just tell her like a good little maid? Not a chance in hell. I mean, talk about some fantastic news. You both picked the same day, but you got the dates different. Absolutely perfect.
Maria, is that how you've always felt? How long have you held this grudge against me?
How long? How long? How goddamn dense can you be? Must be nice living in your little fantasy world, Jacopo. And this is the next Capo Famiglia? Oh my god, my sides.
So you've always hated me?
At the very least. I fucking loathe you since the minute we had our reunion. At first I did try to convince myself you had your reasons. Didn't make it feel any less unfair though. You had all your money, all your power, and everything else you stole from me. And then you go and get hitched to this pretty little lady. Oh, don't try and act like you're the victim here. This is all on you. Do you have any idea how I felt? Falling from grace, made your goddamn maid, having to suck up to you. Do you have any idea how infuriating that was? Or did you think I didn't know anything? Did you think I didn't suspect anything? If you did, then you got your head way up in the clouds. So you were motivated
by your grudge against my family, the Berzattis.
Precisely. That's exactly it. Your father wanted so badly to be the Capo Famiglia, wanted so badly to be in power. Then he murdered my dad and grandpa. They say it was a carriage accident, but the ground was all torn to hell where it happened. You want to tell me what kind of carriage accident caused it to explode? As soon as my dad and grandpa died, your dad took over as Capo Famiglia. The balance of power in the factions began to change. My family and anyone with ties to the Campanellas was either exterminated or exiled. The Berzattis took control of the city. My grandpa's Koska became your Koska. No one in their right mind would be naive enough to think Berzatti didn't have a hand in that. The great Campanella family bitten by their pet dog. Except the dog had rabies. And as a result, in time, that lush historic land will wither away and die. My dad and grandpa, buried in that dried up earth, are screaming in their graves right now. Can't prove me wrong, can you, Jacopo? And now, first in line to be the next Capo Famiglia is you, his son. Naturally. Feels pretty good, don't it? Slaughtering my family. Leaving us to wallow in the mud. While you live here like a fucking king. Because of what your family did, I don't have a home to go back to anymore. No house, no prestige. I have nothing left. Yeah, that is some cold-blooded shit. And that's goddamn outrageous. The Campanellas are supposed to run that city. But instead, you filthy Berzatti curs are crawling over it like some kind of infestation. I'm your legitimate Campanella, or I am a legitimate Campanella. But I'm stuck being your goddamn maid. If I hadn't been born a woman, I could have been the Capo Famiglia, or I could have been the Capo Famiglia after my dad and grandpa died. But because I'm a woman, I couldn't retaliate. I just had to sit on my hands and watch the tragedy unfold. It was absolutely miserable. So I had to make you suffer as well. I had to make you as... No, I had to make you twice as miserable as I was.
You had no reason to hate anyone but me. Why did you make her a part of this? Did you have some grudge against her too?
Not particularly. I actually rather like the madam. Sweet, pretty, kind-hearted, timid, and fragile. Trusted every word I said. A splendid little toy.
You thought of her as your toy?
Now, can you really call me out for that? You can't. You have no right. You never cared one bit about anybody else. They're all footstools to you. It's a little too late to find yourself a sense of morality. This whole thing could have been avoided if you two had just held a single conversation. But instead, the both of you come crawling to me, saying, "You're my only ally, Maria. How dense can you be?"
Of course. I thought you were my ally. I trusted you. As I'm sure she did too.
Then you should get your eyes examined, because you can't see a damn thing.
Maria.
My God, it was beautiful. The way you two blindly trusted me, creating your own misunderstandings and causing your own pain. How could you never seem to get on the same page? Or how you could never seem to get on the same page, watching it all fall apart.
Maria.
Is that
everything? The extent of your grudge and all you did?
Yep. That's everything. All that's left is for me to kill you.
Damn.
Hold still now. I wouldn't want to miss.
Maria, does our past mean nothing to you? Was that oath just an empty promise? How could it, when you remember so clearly?
Fine, I'll explain it for our little romantic boy. Bad grown-ups will even take advantage of good memories. It's time I finally return this to you, Jacopo. That cartridge you gave me, packed with your disgusting sentimentality.
Wow! She used the bullet that he gave to her when he was a kid. That is some generational hate.
Killing you ain't the end, though. All you Berzati curs, send every last one of you straight to hell. My revenge has just begun.
Oh my gosh, the craziest mafia hitman. Oh man.
Even if you had been a man, you wouldn't have been a suitable capo famiglia. You should have aimed between my eyes, Maria.
Jacopo!
Whoa! Whoa! Jacopo's so sick with it! Holy fuck!
What? Why?
Jacopo's the best to ever have done it. I mean, minus the whole like waiting for his wife shit, like he is the best to ever have done it. You should have called an ambulance, but not for me. Damn, wait, you telling me Marvel stole from House of Fata Morgana?
In a panic, I pulled the trigger, and from the barrel a bullet went flying. Quite literally, right between her eyes. Would anyone ever believe me if I said this wasn't how I wanted things to turn out?
The rain just keeps on coming.
You could make a fucking movie out of this, man. This is such good material.
Wonder if we'll be able to go home today. Hey, Jacobino! Say something, you little wuss! Be quiet. You're gonna give me a headache. Lightning's way louder than me. You jump, Jacobino. Such a little baby. You jump too. Stop calling me that. Don't be scared. Don't cry. I am not crying. Your eyes are damp too. I'm not crying. Not at all. Not one bit. Liar. There's no end to this rain, is there? I'm fine if it doesn't stop. There's nothing at home for me. You don't want to go home? Your parents don't get along, huh? That's got nothing to do with this. Liar. You got it good. Everyone loves your grandpa. Whenever anyone needs something, they come to him. Now, there's a great man. Huh? How'd my grandpa become a part of it? Oh, no reason. Not everyone likes him. He gets just as much hate as love. Grandpa's not really a model citizen. He's mostly just shrewd. You jealous? I'm not. My old man is, though. Huh? Is he now? Well, your dad's got his good points too, I think. Like, I don't know, he seems like the kind of man who can accomplish big things. Though, he seems a lot stricter than my grandpa. Oh, come on, I don't getcha. What are you climbing up for? No reason. If you don't want to go home, then how about we go somewhere far away from here? Huh? Once it stops raining, let's get out of here. Head up to the capital, find some work. We can make it work, the two of us. Oh, and we'll bring Nero, of course. If we could. That'd be nice. Break free from this city and its outdated traditions. Head somewhere bigger, more forward-thinking. If only it were possible. It's all right, Maria. I know you were just joking. We wouldn't be able to find work anyways. If the two of us ran off, we'd be starving in a month. You'd have to be blind not to see that. Right. Let's go home once the rain lets up. Yeah, once it does. But until then, I know, let's sing. Sing even louder than lightning. Then maybe you'll stop crying, Jacopino. I'm not crying. Come on, let's sing. La la la, little la. I don't know the melody to this song. Little la, little la. La la la, lero la la lero.
Maria, I may not put it into words, but I trust you understand that I consider you a dear friend. Listen to me, Jacopo. My actions were justified. I did what I did for the betterment of the city, this land. The Campanellas are too conservative. Under their control, this country will atrophy. Progress will continue to lose steam. If we don't push forward, we'll fall further and further behind. Before long, you'll be made the next Capo Famiglia. But until that day, you will cross over to the New World and establish the Koska there. Unify us, bolster us, make us strong. I'll handle things back here. I won't let the Campanellas try and strike back. What? You want Maria to... It's dangerous to keep the Campanella so close by. She has to be taken care of.
Man, Jacopo really was just a big ol' softy at the end of the day, right? He was not built to be this fucking mafia man. What a life to be born into. Cause like, it seems like he pardoned Maria here. The one Campanella to not be killed, and because of that, He was punished.
If you insist. But do not let your guard down. Betrayal is a constant companion in this world. I'm giving you my revolver, keeping on you at all times. Glory everlasting upon our blood, and upon this earth. Best I can give you now is a job as my maid. If I show you any more obviously preferential treatment, the Berzadis are liable to step in. Money, power, respect, and enough authority to not take orders from anyone. I thought that if I could attain all that, I'd be able to give you your freedom. And her as well. I wanted to give you both comfortable lives. But none of that got through to either of you. Everything's slipping through my fingers. Her love, my friendship with Maria, both of their smiles.
Master! Master! What was that sound? So much blood! Maria! What happened this time?
You keep getting stuck witnessing the worst things.
What?
Call a doctor. Someone with tight lips. Do not call the police. And don't make a scene. Got it? If so, go on.
Yes, sir.
Right. Not everything has slipped from my grasp. My money, influence, are all I got left.
That is what you wanted, though, is it not? You sought money and power, no?
Aren't you going to go?
Yes, I will. But first I would like to ask you something. What do you intend to do from here?
What am I going to do? Exactly the same as before. There is but one thing for me to do.
I see. Will you eventually find solace in your riches? The way I see it, money and power can be your ally, but they can become your enemy in the blink of an eye. If you do not put them into words, your feelings will never make it through to anyone. For unlike money, humans are not measurable by their appearance. He failed to communicate to anyone what he had held within his breast. He was chained down by his place in society, his pride, his relationships, and his own heart. And at some points he found himself in a position where he was no longer able to speak his mind. After enough time, he likely forgot how to be genuine at all. Or perhaps someone like him simply would not even know if they knew how. In any event, there are many things in this world that cannot be communicated without being put into words. How sad that his tale should end without him expressing how he truly felt. How hard it must have been to never clear up his misunderstandings. After Jacopo's confrontation with Maria, the Pacific Railroad was completed as scheduled. Celebratory cheers shook the new world as the last spike was driven into the rails. Jacopo, however, could not even manage a smile listening to the telegraph. And I am sure you can take a guess as to why. The people with whom he wished to share that moment were not there. Shortly following her death, Jacopo held a private funeral for Maria. Then he commenced the search for the white-haired girl. But he did not do so alone. He hired others to help, did everything in his power to find her, tirelessly searching for many, many years. However, he was never able to locate her. And he spent the remainder of his life alone. Money, power, renown, servants. The world around him was always quite lively. But solitude was his only companion. He waited, and waited, and he waited for the white-haired girl to return. The years crawled by, and with no family or loved ones at his side to care for him in old age, he died alone.
Fuck, man. Yeah, Flash, they really do need to, like, I don't know. Could they adapt? I feel like this is so adaptable, right? Just that story alone, that single door. Oh my gosh, imagine. Could you imagine a House in Fata Morgana anthology, like film series? Oh my gosh. Yeah, they're totally ruthless and do anything for their clients. Yeah, I mean, right up Jacopo's alley too, I think, at that point. You know? The world was man. They're still around too, right? Yes, I know they're still around. Doing like protest breaking and strike breaking and stuff like that. The Pinkertons have never stopped. I think you can just go and hire. They have a website. It is wild. The door before you slowly drew shut. You could no longer hear the raucous sounds of the men from within the den. The faint scent of cigarette smoke, however, lingered in the air. Staring vaguely at the closed door, you noticed something was amiss. The maid who had been holding your hand was no longer at your side. You glanced around, but she was nowhere in sight. Down the corridor stretched only darkness. Not having anticipated this, you were unsure how to react. What's the matter? What if it's like Jacopo? That'd be such a cool and heartbreaking thing for maybe his spirit. Like what if we could talk with his spirit and he is still searching, and now he has found solace in people who have become witness to his story and know what he's been about.
What's the matter? You lost, or you just trying to take in the sights? A voice called out to you, but it was not the maid's voice. Caught off guard, you spun around, confused, in search of the source. Where are you looking? I'm over here. Yeah, there you go. A little more to the left. Following the voice's instructions, you found yourself facing a wall. You look like you've seen a ghost. Hey now, come on, don't turn away. Yep, you got it. I'm the one talking to you. The voice was coming from within the painting. When you had passed by this wall on your way to the third door, a magnificent landscape painting had been hanging there. But now the canvas was a deep shade of black, and had been dipped into a vat of ink. Been a while since I talked to anyone. So tell me, you can hear me alright, can't you?
This is him.
You can hear me alright, can't you? Splendid. Been so long since I've had a conversation. I was afraid I might have forgotten how to talk. So tell me, who might you be? You don't know. Well, isn't this quite the pickle? And how about we have a little chat, huh? You got yourself turned around and aren't sure where to go, yeah? Well, I'll be happy to tell you anything I can. Just ask away. The painting sounded rather high-spirited. Perhaps he was simply excited to have the opportunity to speak with someone. So you decided you would ask the painting a few questions.
We get choices. I'm gonna make a save here. If we ask who are you and he's like,
well, I don't right know. It's been ages since I've thought about myself in that way, in that capacity. All seems like a distant blur.
Or some shit like that. It's absolutely him. Who are you?
Me, well, as you can see, I'm a painting. Why'd I end up as a painting? Hard to say. Maybe I was reborn as a painting because I used to really like art. Though there are things I painted that I wish I hadn't. Maybe that regret's what turned me into this. Hopefully I can get the chance to apologize to him about that.
Oh, maybe it's not him?
Anywho, no point in getting into any more details than that. Wouldn't mean anything to you, so enough about me. Alright, you don't know anything about yourself.
Or it could be. He could be apologizing to, like, what he became to his dad. Yeah, probably, like, the artist of the painting, too. Yeah. Oh, yeah, the artist from, the first door, too. That could work.
Shame that.
Although, like, the manner of speaking feels very, like... I can still do this accent and it doesn't feel weird.
Alright then. Favor for you, since you can't tell me about yourself. If you run into him, could you tell him I really regret what I did? I know I should tell him myself, but, well, you can see. I'm stuck here, can't move an inch, so I've got to ask for help. I feel absolutely terrible about painting that picture.
Oh, no, it is. It's the artist. You're so right, Archaeolus. We're gonna give him this old Western accent, even though he was like from like 17th century France. Nah, let's switch it up. That's a little too wild.
I feel absolutely terrible about painting that picture. I know, yeah. The deadline was way past on that one. But that's what makes it regret, yeah? Because you can't take it back. By the time I'd realized it was too late, he was already dead. He's long since passed away.
Oh, maybe not. Because nobody died like that. This is a different artist. No, it could still be him.
Huh. How are you supposed to give a dead fellow a message? Well, for all you know, the dead could be wandering these halls too. So please, if you come across him, tell him I said that. That I didn't mean any harm with that painting. Or maybe you are him.
Who am I? Do you know who I am? It didn't sound like it, but...
Just because you don't know who you are doesn't mean you can go around asking other people. I'm not a person, you say. Well, no, you're right, but I'm not going to know anything about you that you can't tell me yourself. I mean, from where I'm standing, you look almost like a walking cloud of shadow. Can't even tell you what you look like. The maid who was with you before? Did she call you master? I see. But the question is, which era's master are you? How many doors have you been through? 3 doors, huh? Out of those, did any of them bring anything back? Huh. Well, it's not an easy thing recovering yourself. Or maybe you weren't behind any of those 3 doors. Yeah, that's gotta be it. That was your first time witnessing these tragedies. Yours is another door. So tell me, how'd you feel looking behind those doors? Was it frightening? Saddening? Heart-wrenching? Well, let me tell you something. You were able to bear them because they weren't your tragedies. If the next door you open is yours, will you be able to bear it? Will you be able to accept your own tragedy? It's one thing seeing others suffering, but your own. If you have to face emotions you wanted to keep buried, secrets you wanted to keep hidden away, and pain you wanted to forget, do you think you'll be able to accept them as your own? If you can't, wouldn't blame you. Wouldn't accuse you of running if you choose not to reclaim your old self. Nothing wrong with erasing your memory of something if it was so bad you didn't want to face it in the first place. Let it be rewritten as someone else's story. That'll make it a whole lot easier on you. Because you never know. The most unfortunate tale of all may well be your own. Or perhaps that goes for everything about you. You won't know till you see it. Well, true enough. But once you do, there might not be any turning back. What do you mean to reclaim your old self, no matter the cost? If you do, if you're sincerely prepared to do that, then be wary of the tale that comes next. Any tragedies that seem too beautiful to be real is precisely that. A fabrication. If it's true you're someone from behind the next door, then perhaps you're my... My? Okay. What is this place? Oh, talk about that hard-hitting questions. I'm probably not the one who'll be able to answer that for you. I don't have a very deep connection with this mansion, you see. I swear it. Got nothing to gain from lying, do I? It's my regret that's turned me into this. I wasn't summoned here by no one. That said, there is one thing I can tell you. This place summons people. People will have ties to something that happened long ago. No one knows anything ever happened. I didn't know either, till she told me. Though I haven't the foggiest how much that it's true or not. Are you here because you were summoned by her? Or did you come here of your own will to find someone? If you came here of your own volition and you weren't summoned by her, then mayhaps you'll be the one who can break
Break the curse? Break the cycle? The cycle of suffering for every owner of this house?
Who's the maid? Might as well ask her that directly. But she won't say it till you've regained your own. But she won't say it till you've regained your old self. I see. Well, in that case, if you want to know, you know what you got to do. It's entirely up to you whether you make an ally or an enemy out of her. There's no guaranteeing she's even right in the head. You never know. Maybe you're not the only one who hasn't found themselves.
Yeah, that maid is evil. If she didn't call you, maybe you can free us.
Haven't talked that much in a long time. Feels great. And now that I've got that out of my system, I should be able to get some good sleep. You're probably still wandering in the dark right now, but I really hope you find the outcome you want. And I mean that.
That's a really hopeful line.
You can either reclaim your old self or you can toss it aside. The choice is yours either way. Now, since it looks like your escort ain't showing, what do you plan to do next? How about taking a look around the place since you got a little free time? Could be you come across some things you wouldn't with her around. Alright, if you're gonna go exploring, I've got the perfect thing. Stick your hand into the canvas, would you?
The painting was still wrapped in an impenetrable darkness. A perfect, all-consuming void. The man had told you to put your hand into it. You. I'm gonna reach into the frame. We made a save. I'm gonna reach into the frame. You extend your hand for the painting. The moment your fingertips brushed against the darkness, it swallowed your entire hand up to the wrist.
No, not there. That tickles, a little to the right.
As the man in the painting had instructed, you groped around the inside of the darkness. Before long, you felt something hard at your fingertips. Clenching the object, you withdrew your hand. Your arm still intact. You spread your fingers, and there you found a key.
That tickled. With that key, you can access the master bedroom. A while back, she tossed it to me. Damn litterbug. So yeah, ain't mine. Don't worry about giving it back. However, I bet there's something worth seeing in there. She felt the need to toss that key. Alright, well, I'm gonna get some sleep. You take care. If you happen to learn my name, come pay me another visit. Should the fancy strike you.
Having said that, the painting fell quiet. In your hand lay a small key. It seemed rather antiquated and vaguely familiar. Silence once again drew over the corridor. You stood there all alone, no sign of the maid. After considering it for a few moments, you decide to explore the mansion on your own. Whoa. Okay. Well, I think exploring the mansion is a good next session type thing, if I'm being quite honest. So we'll probably go ahead and call it here. Man, what a door. I think that's the best one yet. At least for me, that was the best one yet. Like, I love Jacopo. He was such a good and tragically written character. This game, we've been playing like banger after banger. Like, what can I say? But yeah, GG's for everyone who stopped by, for everyone who stuck around. Thank you so much. You know what? I see that we do actually have like a fair amount of people. So maybe we should consider raiding. But do I have anyone to raid into? I mean, I know it's not even like a real raid, but... Raid someone? Oh my gosh. That like bassy sound at the end of that track sounds like a firework to me, and I can't help but get worried. Yeah, can you even raid in YouTube yet? Not yet. I need to get the goal, 500 subscribers, I think. I am literally just sitting on that and that alone, and then we can actually start using like the raid system on YouTube. Yeah, Eli is up, yes, but we did kind of raid into Eli on Monday, I think. So I feel like it might be nice to raid into someone else, but I guess if no other options come up, then probably Eli. But yeah, at least for like everyone I'm following right now, anyone I'm acquainted with, it looks like only Eli is streaming right now at this hour of like 12:10. Yeah, he's playing Pokemon by Fallout 2 thumbnail blasphemy. Yeah, I think we'll just go ahead and that for now. And then maybe I'll like do a little bit of research. See if I can find, like, I'm in that collabing Discord from Anadelna, and like Sky, the one Sky invited me into. I should maybe like sit down and look and see everyone's channels in here. Maybe one of them is streaming like one day and we like randomly like drop in. Could be a good time. But yeah, Itayo Jacopo, we salute you. Anyways, here's the link, as it were. Gaga raid, because we still haven't come up with anything better. Well, what's like I like doing. I like this emote. I don't know, like Gaga raid, we run it down. I am like really bad at like raid messages, but something like that might be cool. Yeah. Anyways, GG's for everyone who stopped by, for everyone who stuck around. Thank you so much. Always appreciate the company. Make sure to like and subscribe, as it does help out immense. Ah, you had to say it, Flash. Ah! I had this name before Lady Gaga, and it is just unfortunate to me that she got popular before I had like that concept in my brain. GG's. Peace.